All right, everybody, and we are back. Welcome on in. My name is Mirna. I'm going to be your hostess for the next couple games. I'm so excited to be here. Before we go ahead and kick off the next game, I do want to give a shout out to Kitty Bit Games. Thank you so much for the $8 donation, saying F cancer, love y'all. And yeah, without any further ado, we're going to jump right back into more Monster Hunter. This time, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, with the one and only JalBagel. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it on over to you. Good luck and have fun.
Thank you so much, Mirne. And I'm also joined by my best friend, DJ Johnny, who I'm going to convince to speedrun this game eventually. Say hi, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
So awesome. You guys just watched Monster Hunter World, the Xeno%. Now you're going to watch the Pokemon version of that. This is Monster Hunter Stories 2, a turn-based game that's built in this kind of pseudo rock paper scissors-esque kind of combat system. We're going to talk more about it when we get into it. This game also has a killer soundtrack. I just get lost and I just love just sitting on this title screen. But we're going to go ahead and make our rider really quick. Unlike Monster Hunter World, we are a rider, not a hunter, which means we get a monster companion. We get this, whoops, not you. I want the better one, thank you. And, of course, teal hair always wins. And we need to go with a good name. We're gonna go with, whoops, I don't know how to spell. Game over. All right, oh, dude, look at that perfect number of characters. So time's gonna start when I click confirm here. So are we ready to start the timer? Should be ready. I'll give you guys a countdown. On go, 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. So this game is obviously superior to the game that you just watched, Monster Hunter World, because we don't have to mod in skippable cutscenes. We can just do that. But right away here, we are a rider. It's a coming-of-age story. We're now old enough to become a rider on our own. Here in our beautiful home of Mahana Village, we are going to be learning the ropes of becoming a rider, and our big sister figure, Kana, here is going to be teaching us how to do that. Before we get too far into the story, I do want to talk a little bit about the combat system. Like I said, it's a pseudo rock paper scissors mechanic. We have 3 attack types: power, technical, and speed. Power beats technical beats speed, and speed beats power. It also works with the same rules of fire, grass, water, so it's a little easier to keep up with that. But a lot of things happen in this game, and they happen really fast. The combat system is also very in-depth and intricate in the form of head-to-heads. So during the battles, you'll see a little battle line being drawn between someone on our team and the enemy monster. Just really quick, this reveal. Beautiful, stunningly, amazingly, just beautiful game. I love it. But anyways, in combat, we're going to have a battle line drawn between one of our team members and one of the enemy team members. That's going to indicate a head-to-head battle. During that head-to-head battle, we have to choose the right attack to win it. That's where rock, paper, scissors comes into play. It can be one of our standard attacks, or it can be a skill, either a weapon skill or a Monstie skill, to win that. Even skills have the different attack types. Very first fight of the game, though, is this Aptonoth, and it's an entirely scripted fight. We just do the same thing over and over again, but it's showing us the different types of attacks and the different types of things right off the bat. It's showing us how the battle line works and how head-to-heads work. We tied that head-to-head, so we both take damage. Even if we win a head-to-head, both participants of the head-to-head take damage. However, if we and one of our Monsties use the same attack and win that head-to-head, we do a double attack and we take no damage. We're going to be taking advantage of that the entire time. The other thing to note, too, about head-to-head battles is that if we win a head-to-head, we actually can't be reduced to 0 health, so we'll be also taking advantage of that throughout the run, too. Okay, I think I got everything out about the combat system because we aren't going to talk about it ever again. Did I forget anything, Johnny?
No, I think you hit all of the main points. We'll probably come across a couple other features that happen during the battle, but, you know, that's a soon TM kind of thing. So we are going into the Velociprey tutorial now. So this is going to show us a little bit more of how the combat system works. So Velocipede is pretty easy. It's doing a lot of speed attack or technical attacks. Or speed attacks that we're going to be using technical. So I even get confused with this too because it's just the whole color system and the whole how it works is always very confusing.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep going straight forward with this. It's a pretty easy fight.
Yep, and we more or less just have to mash through here. We'll have one more tutorial that we have to do, which is right here, showing us skills. And every weapon has different skills. Even our Monsters gain different skills as they level up. And those skills are predetermined based on their genes. We won't be really using the gene system too much. Everything that we need is pretty much static as far as genes are concerned. But we'll talk about more about that later when we unlock channeling. It's just kind of the gimmick of the game. Hello? Come on. This is a field skill. Every monster that we can ride has like a field move that it can use. Velocidrome has this really cool jump ability, which lets us cross big gaps that have these jump pads on them. You'll also see me throughout the run gather some items and materials. In this area, there's not really much that we need to gather. I just want to grab a couple of early items in case we need money. Shouldn't have that problem. Instead, we're just going to run directly into our first fight. I haven't even looked at my notes yet, which is Kuliaku. Kuliaku is a technical monster, so we're just going to be spamming the power attack, right? Red beats green, fire beats grass. That's kind of how we have to think about this. I'm just going to be spamming this a couple of times. It's not going to target us, and our teammates haven't really quite figured out what attack to use yet. So we're just going to kind of continue until, oh, thank goodness, it finally targets us. So we can win a head-to-head right here.
Yeah, so the one thing to note is that we unfortunately cannot kind of change what the attacks that our buddies are going to the battle buddies are going to use. So we kind of hope that they kind of think on their own and get it figured out. And then right now we're actually being shown kind of like a form change of Kuliaku, which is holding a rock. As you can tell, we're not doing a lot of damage to it, so Kano is kind of like, here, use a hammer instead. There are 6 different weapon types and 3 different damage types for each weapon. So the hammer is going to be doing blunt damage, and as you can tell, we're doing a lot more damage here now. And so we're going to go ahead and just keep bonking the rock off of this monster here.
Yeah, so that bludgeoning damage is going to deal a lot more damage to that part, and we're going to be trying to match up our damage type to the parts to get as many part breaks as we can. Part breaks also result in additional rewards, and rewards are very important in this game because we need rewards to for selling, we need rewards for crafting. So the more the rewards that we get, the better off we are. So now we're showing off the double attack, double kinship attack. And I'll actually show off what this looks like. These are kinship attacks. This is the biggest gimmick of the game. I absolutely love this. But when you build up maximum kinship and you ride your monster, you get to perform these amazing feats, these amazing attacks, and they are so cool. Every monster has its own unique animation, and you can partner them up with your battle buddy too. Oh, it's just so cool.
Very anime. And you also notice too, yeah, that big explosion is always something. You also notice too that we're getting a lot of critical hits in. Nice. Essentially what happens is when you get certain part breaks or if you get a KO on a monster, it'll tossle over, and then that pretty much gives us a guaranteed crit for each hit that we do. And we always try to go for those because big damage makes us very happy.
Also makes it faster.
Yeah, also makes us faster.
All right, cool. So we picked up a Kuliaku egg in that cutscene, and so now we're going to go and hatch our very first partner monster that we will not use at all.
But he does look adorable.
Don't want to use it.
All right, as we're doing that, I do have a quick donation.
Please, 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 please.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much to Greenspeed for that $100 donation, saying loudly sings the Stories 2 theme. Thank you so much for that awesome donation. I just want to remind everybody, !D for donate. And if you cannot donate, I completely understand. You being here is fantastic. And just spread the word.
Thank you so much. Green, thank you. You did an amazing job in your Xeno run. I'm very happy that you can participate with us. All right. We are now unlocking subquests. Subquests are like optional quests. We don't need to do them, but what they will do is give us a lot of money. Gives us a little bit of experience too, but we really don't care about that part. We are going to accept 3 subquests here, combining hatching and gathering, and then we're going to be heading off on our way. At the end of this, we'll complete at least 10 subquests, and we're just going to be using them entirely for money. But we're going to go off on our own right now and gather another Monsty egg from Overlook Cave, just to kind of little test ourselves. Kana's like, hey, I showed you the ropes, now you got to go and prove you can do it. And while we're moving, we're also going to be keeping an eye out for mining nodes like that blue one, but we want them to be gold. Gold mining nodes can have a trade-in material called a gold fragment. It's good for nothing but money, and we need a lot of that in this run. We need so much money. My run last night, I did a practice run last night, and it was so stingy with money. So
it was a poverty run.
Oh my goodness, it was the definition of a poverty run. I sold everything, and we just don't want to do that. Something to note too about this game is that a lot of the areas that we are going to be walking in are going to look really familiar because it uses rooms all throughout the game that look very similar, because this game does have procedurally generated elements. However, all of the areas that we are going into are not procedurally generated or random. They are static, so they will always have chests and boxes that we expect in them, like that box there that had 2 life suits, which is just an AoE healing item. The only thing that is kind of random in these are the gathering nodes. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they aren't, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they aren't. But we don't really care too much about that quite yet. We're just going to be going directly into this Velocidrome fight. First thing that we're going to do is switch to Kuliyaku. Since this is a speed monstie, we want to be using technical attacks, grass beats water, and we are just going to begin double attacking like a fiend. There will be this attack right here where Kuliyaku's going to pick up a rock instead. That happens. And we're just going to continue on with our technical attacks. Another draw there. Targets us again. All good. We're going to get our double attack, which means now we can start kinship riding.
Oh no, it's angry.
So the most common form change is the enrage cycle, and when this monster enrages, it starts using power attacks. I have notes on notes on notes that scripts all of this stuff out. Whoops, don't want to do that yet. You want to wait for level 3. But as long as we win head-to-heads while kinship riding, we get to build up the kinship gauge, which makes our kinship attack do a lot more damage. This is a quick time event called the Power Clash. This is the easiest and fastest one to do. It's just mashing. After that, we're going to switch over to Ranmar again, our Velocidrome, and continue the speed attacks. 3 more attacks and this fight is over. 1, 2, and 3. You can see it also changes animation there. It's drooling a little bit, looking a little sluggish. That's because when the monster gets low health, that is an identifier for us to use other things like paintballs and traps and stuff like that. We also got 2 gold rewards off of that, which those are trade-in items, and we want to see that on monsters that we are not crafting weapons on, Velocidrome being one of them. So that's actually sick. Really good early money. Got to pick up 1 egg here before we leave this den, because they're like, hey, you need a Velocidrome. I'm like, I really don't want a Velocidrome, but I'll take it.
We already have 1, and yet the game wants us to have another one.
Yep. But we got to take that egg. We got to show it to Kana. And the nice thing, too, when we leave a monster den with an egg, we can just fast travel back to the beginning of it. But later, we'll gain fast traveling proper, which we can just leave from a den to whatever location we want to go to next. It's a lot easier. All right. Got to go talk to the chief real quick, and then we'll be off to do the Pono Grasslands incident. Yeah. Yeah, that's the next one. Because next is Yankuku. We go through fights really fast, especially in the early bit of this game. There is also a demo for this game. If it looks interesting to you and it looks like fun and you might want to try it out, there is a demo for this game, and I will let you know when that demo ends. Boy, howdy, is it a hardy one. But we just got to go back out of the village here, and we're going to be doing the Pono Grasslands incident. So, much like Monster Hunter World that you just watched, We also have to do track gathering, but where in World you have 3 random patterns that you can get, in Stories 2, we have a guaranteed set of tracks that we gather every single time. Makes this so much easier. Gosh, why didn't they just do this in World? Really weird.
Honestly.
It's another reason why it's the better game.
Cough, cough. Another thing that we're also going to be doing too during some of these track gatherings is that we're also going to pick up some chests, kind of similar to what we picked up in that last cave. For this one, we're actually going to be picking up 1,000 Zenny because, like we said, we run poor in this game real quick, and any little bit of money helps. So this is going to be coming up right now. There are going to be some tracks that give us a lot more. If you notice that gauge kind of filling up, some tracks give us a lot more than others. I believe dung is the one
Dung
that
is the
we're usually
most.
looking for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dung is the most. Dung and mining nodes are the most, but the more common nodes are the mushrooms and flowers. So we grab a little bit of those, but we're also doing a bunch of gathering because this gathering counts towards our quest. One of the quests that we picked up, which is to gather 10 items. We've more or less done that. We've got all of our monster track points. We're now following the scout flies all the way up here. It's super misleading because it's like, hey, follow this line directly into this cliff edge. It's like, that's not helpful. All right, so up next is Yan Cuckoo. Once again, this is a technical monstie. So we are going to be using power. And we kind of just unga-bunga our way through this. And get lucky that everyone else is going to use the same attacks as we are. We also don't have the attack type, the pierce type yet. That would be beneficial on the head here, but it really doesn't matter. As long as we're getting double attacks, we're actually doing a lot of damage. And Avmar, Kana's monstie, is absolutely cracked for this part of the game. He is very good. You'll see that he's going to attack right here. Even losing this, he does double what we do. Kana is going to get her right a little early here and use Velocirush, which should knock the monster over. We're going to get a couple more hits in. Like Johnny had mentioned earlier, anytime that we get a part break that results in a knockdown, those attacks are always crits. Quick QTE. That mashing is not easy. And we're going to go ahead and ride. Still using technical attacks, so we're going to make sure we use power here. And once we get to a level 3 kinship attack, we will use it. After this hit, it should enrage. Yep, there it is. And we will go ahead and use a technical attack now since it is using speed.
Nice.
It is dead.
Nice. Yeah.
I just need to use the kinship attack there. Got it.
I was going to say.
So I want to talk a little bit about RNG in this game. RNG does exist, but in a weird way. The way that the game calls RNG is a lot like Pokemon Emerald, in that when you start the game up, it always starts with the same RNG. You have to do something to change that RNG. So there is a theory called encounter seed manipulation. The theory is that the game only calls a new set of RNG every time you get an encounter, but it also does it systematically, sequentially. It will always call seed 1, and then seed 2, and then seed 3, and so on and so forth with each encounter you get. So there's a proof of concept of demo percent, which is the speedrun of the demo of the game, that uses encounter seed manipulation, where every fight has been scripted out because it's the same every single time. I'm gonna try my best to keep the encounter seed, but in a 4-hour-long game, it's very easy to get an encounter. If ideally, I'm just gonna keep it low because the earlier fights are actually a lot easier than the later encounter seed fights. So we're just gonna try to do that. We've unlocked fast traveling now via the catavan. So now we can fast travel from anywhere in the world to anywhere in the world. Given that we've unlocked that catavan stand. So every time that we visit a new area, we're going to be finding the catavan stand, unlocking it, and then fast traveling there whenever we need to. Fast traveling is faster than walking. I mean, it's called fast traveling for a reason. But up next, we are now being introduced to Everdens. And Everdens are another type of explorable location. They're static. They're the same every single time. There's no RNG associated with them, but they have a unique reward in them called bottle caps. And bottle caps are a currency that we can use to buy items from this little fellow right here, who is a part of a company called Millings Inc. We can buy weapons, armor, talismans, and a variety of equipment from him, and we're going to mostly be using it for armor and weapons. It is a godsend to this run because we are forced to do this one Everden, which is going to give us 10 bottle caps. 10 bottle caps. And then we're going to be we've routed in other Everdens too that just have a lot of bottle caps near the entrance. So we can just run in, grab them, run out. We'll actually be doing that before the next fight, or not this fight, but the one after this fight. Will be the first time that we actually do that. But this is the South Comuna Everden, and this is pretty straightforward. We're going to be exploring this Everden, and while we're in there, we're going to be picking up our first piercing weapon, the Kula Yaku bow, for free. It's just in there. If we wanted to make a bow, it costs 1,000 zeni. I don't want to spend money, so I just wait to get it here. We are very frugal. We only buy what we need. Is not how I live my life. It's the exact opposite of how I live my life.
I'm gonna cut in real quick.
Oh, please.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to say a big thank you to Yami Carol 123 for that $20 donation, saying "Go Bagel, go!" Thank you so much, Yami Carol, for all that awesome donation. And yeah, keep it coming! Exclamation point D. And remember, we're raising money for the Canadian Cancer Society. I don't know about y'all, but I've had multiple family members that have been impacted by cancer. Oh no, my mic. Got unplugged.
Oh,
yeah,
there you
I'm
go.
here now.
Oh,
I'm
you're
here.
back. Oh, thank
I
you.
unplugged it on accident. But yeah, I don't know about people in chat, but I've had multiple family members impacted by cancer, which is why this emporium personally is very important. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who donates and everybody who just kind of comes and hangs out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Yami. We really do appreciate that. All right.
Thanks, Carol.
Big Pig. We've got Pumbaa here, and Pumbaa is just going to be spamming speed attacks, so we just want to make sure that we're winning double attacks spamming power. We're going to be spamming speed because of it. Kaina's going to get our ride pretty early here. Stop this guy from using his lethal tackle. Boom, bang, done. 266 damage. Moving on. Coming around on turn 5 here. And one more turn. We do not want to use our kinship attack because... Oh no! An invader! Whatever shall we do? So this Anshanath invades on our fight, and then immediately tries to murder us. And does a lot of damage. But Kaina's like, hey, I can save us.
We're not dealing with that.
We're not dealing with that. We're not playing with this angry lizard. And helps us escape. But that doesn't end that encounter, which means we can grab our bottle caps here. These red chests in an Everden will have our bottle caps. So you just snag those really quick. And the Everdens also have a set Monstie inside of them. This is the only one that we really take advantage of. I'm researching more to see if there might be a better one somewhere else to use. But we really do want this egg. This has our Buldrome, and Johnny's going to tell you why Buldrome is good.
Yeah, so Buldrome has this really neat field skill where we could just run really, really fast. So essentially what it does is it has a little charge up animation, and then we just go at the speed of sound. It really is helpful, especially in a speed run, because that's literally what we're trying to do. We're trying to be as speedy as possible. Plus, I mean, who doesn't like having a pig on their team? Like, just look at him.
Little Pumbaa.
Little Pumbaa. Yeah.
All right, so we will be hatching that egg here soon, here in a second, and we'll be going on our next quest. We're gonna duck into an Everden really quick, and then we're gonna go to North Kamuna Forest, where we're gonna fight a Pookie and also grab one of its eggs. But really quick, this is the whole mechanic of the game. You gather eggs to discover new monsties, and you put those monsties on your team. Seems pretty cool, right? Because it is. And then now that we're done with that, we just fast travel back to North Kamuna Cape because that's where we need to go. Like I said, fast traveling is so cool in this game.
Yeah, there's actually going to be a couple of times where instead of just walking somewhere, we're just going to fast travel there because, you know, it's a lot easier for us.
Even if it's just like, oh man, the thing that I need to do is at the front of the village. Well, I guess I could just fast travel there. All right, so we're going to duck into this Everden really quick to grab some bottle caps. And like I said, you know, we're only doing this in dens that have caps really close to the entrance. So we're just going to come in, jump across this gap really quick, grab these, and go right back to North Kamuna Cape. Really quick 4. Yep. And then now we just dash and run off this cliff. Why would we go?
You're gonna fall and hurt yourself.
What? No, I mean the game would never let me do that, right? The game would see. Look, it stopped me. You can't stop the pig.
Oh. Yeah. So fall damage doesn't exist in this game.
Yup. So we could just skip entire sections just by doing that. All right, welcome to North Kamuna Forest. This one's really straightforward. We're just gonna run all the way to the end and go fight a Pookie. Pookie is one of my favorite monsters. Like legitimately, a lot of my favorite monsters came out of Gen 5, out of Monster Hunter World. So just like Green, we're also gonna be fighting a lot of these monsters that he fought, just at different times.
You'll probably see some familiar faces from World, so. But they're gonna look really adorable in the in this art style.
All right, because no. Bunga bunga. We don't need it. There's 1,000 Zenny in that chest back there. I don't need it.
Remember that, folks. It might be important later.
Well, I absolutely could have grabbed it. But that's a time loss. We can just sell stuff instead. One of the things to note about riding on Boldrome is that our turning radius is severely limited. So if we run too long into a wall or just run into a wall and stop completely, we stop dashing. So you saw right there, I stopped for a moment, and that's just because, well, I stopped for too long. But up next is Pookie, and it's a technical monster, so we're just going to be using power attacks all the way through this. This is also going to be our first kind of instance of, I mean, we're probably going to lose a heart here. And we'll get to talk about that a little bit. Avmar will do that power attack with us. Good. We also can start manipulating what our monsties do. They've got enough levels that they're unlocking skills that also have types associated with them. So we can manipulate if we get double attacks or not, or how we split up our attacks like that. Ooh, good lethal tackle.
Ooh, nice.
So lethal
one thing
tackle.
to know about the...
Yeah, you can go ahead and explain it.
So one thing about lethal tackle is that it is a hit or miss attack. So it does have less than a 50% chance of hitting it, but when it does, it almost guarantees a critical hit. The text does say has a high chance. The high chance just means you're gonna get it. So whenever I'm just gonna call him Pumbaa. Whenever Pumbaa decides to do lethal tackle, we kind of hope that he gets that. You also notice that Bagel just chose to do lethal tackle there. This is part of that manipulation we're saying, where if we want to get these head-to-heads, we just have to choose the right type, the same type that we're using, to be able to get those.
So one thing to note about riding right there is that it healed my poison and it healed up our health. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Well, we're gonna take that hit. Oh well. But it does use up all of our kinship gauge, which is what we also use to do certain skills. So I can't just have Boldrome do another lethal tackle there. We don't have enough kinship. So we're just going to take that hit, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, 69 health. Nice. And nice. Then we're going to keep on attacking. Pookie is going to form change here, and he is going to have mouthful mode. Shoutouts to Kirby. But he's going to switch to power attacks now. And as long as it targets me, we can get away with attacking the head a couple of times here first, before going for our ride, getting our double attack on this, and breaking the head. It should break the head. We'll see. But if we break the head, we get a topple too, and that just means more crits. Oh, it's so close.
Oh, ooh.
This won't break it, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, this won't.
It will just do more damage. But he should have one more turn. Yep, he does. Nice. And this will break it. Result in a knockdown. The quick time events, what we didn't notice or mention is that it always gives us 50%. It gives us 50 kinship points, or 50% of our gauge. But you know, if we already have some gauge, it's going to give us more than that. And so now we're almost back up to another kinship attack. Since it wasn't targeting me, I didn't go out of the way to select the power attack because, once again, kinship, double ride. We have been syncing up with Kana here beautifully. Just going to use that again.
And it's already showing signs that it's going to go down soon.
I don't have enough kinship there. It's not enough. It takes 13 kinship points to do lethal tackle, and I had maybe 8. Really need you to go down, friend.
Oh, dang it.
There we go.
There it
Nice.
is. And we're also going to be picking up this egg, and we're actually going to be adding Pookie to our party because they do have a interesting field skill called Roar. Essentially, what that does is it scares the other monsters on the field, and we could just practically run through them. We are going to be using that a couple of times, especially during tight, narrow spaces when we're going through caves and dens. So we'll be seeing that a little bit later in the run as well.
Seeing it a lot. If a monster's even just running at me, I'll switch to it because it does actually get rid of their encounter hitbox entirely. So it makes a lot of situations where I am afraid of getting an encounter. It makes it completely safe. So we got to go to the left here and get our Pookie into our party first.
Look at him.
And that is not an intuitive menu. It's so hard menuing quickly. Like, right there, you have to do some weird movement. Like, I'm pressing left and right to go up and down. It's not cool. It is a bad menu. But, you know, we do what we have to.
We adapt.
All right, so after this, we're heading back to North Communicape. And we're gonna head into the Guardian Wrath of Woods. So pretty much what's happening is, you know, that Anjanath has kind of spooked us a little bit. So we need to go investigate a little bit more, and it's been tracked down to the Guardian Wrath of Woods. We just need to go in there and check, make sure everything's good in here. Guardian Ratha is actually the Rathalos from the first Monster Hunter Stories game, which takes place 4 years prior to this game. Guardian Ratha is like a revered, you know, figure. He's still alive. He's still out there. He's still around. And so this is the forest that he resides in. And so we're going to go and check on him. But when we get there, he's just not there. Instead, there's a very angry Anjanath.
Actually, the same Anjanath that we came across earlier.
Mm-hmm. But we are the grandson or grandchild to... Making sure I'm not being attacked very good. We're the grandchild to Guardian Ratha's previous rider, a rider named Red, and we're kind of you know, their only surviving heir slash like, I don't know, progeny, whatever you want to call us. We're picking up the torch.
That's what it is.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
So because of that, people kind of look up to us. They're like, "Oh, because you're the grandchild of Red, you know, you got what it takes, right?" And you know, everybody loves being dumped that kind of responsibility when they're young.
Oh yeah, we love it, love that. But in here in Guardian Wrath of Wood, I mean, it's a really large kind of den area, so we're just gonna try to move through it optimally. Watch out for that wall there.
There is going to be one item we will be picking up here, which is called a Vital Essence. Essentially what that does, if you notice that we have 3 hearts on the bottom right of the screen, those are our lives. If we lose those 3 lives during a battle, we have to start that battle all over again for our last like little checkpoint, which is going to be our home village. We don't want that. So to kind of prevent that, we use the Vital Essence. I believe that is an out of battle item.
In or out?
In battle. In or out. And
Yep.
that essentially just helps us recover 1 heart.
There is an item that is specifically out of combat heart regeneration, which we will get. But that Vital Essence, just right now, I mean, the safety strategies to this game is just having a bunch of Vital Essence, and there's actually some strategies in certain fights that we intentionally take hearts and intentionally use Vital Essences.
Oh, I thought you had that.
Yeah, I thought I did too. Around these areas, there can also be gold mining nodes. Once again, if I see it, I'll grab it. Here's a fun little interaction. I'm actually going to use the tutorial from Pookie Pookie to unenrage this guy.
Easy.
I'm just going to roar again because he actually did re-enrage on me. But that roar stops monsters from running at us and just kind of gives us some breathing room. You'll also notice that I'm not going to be using Pookie Pookie a lot. He's actually used for battles where we have multiple enemies, not really right now. Instead, we're going to switch over to Yan Cuckoo. Anjanath is a speed monstie, and so we want to take advantage of that. He's going to be using speed attacks for a couple of times here before going enraged, so in that time, we are going to be using our bow and technical attacks to get some sick double attacks, deal a massive amount of damage, and build up our kinship. The RNG factor in this game is what the monster is targeting and what our teammates are targeting. But the monster's decisions are more or less set in stone. So it will always do those 3 technical attacks and then enrage. And then while it's enraged, it's going to do 3 power attacks and then use, or 2 power attacks, then use no, it is 3. 3 power attacks, then it's going to use condensed heat, and then it's going to use another power attack, and then its final attack. We're not really worried about that right now. We're just going to use this double attack with Kana, deal a massive amount of damage. It's going to use its condensed heat attack, and I'm going to hope it targets me for the next head-to-head, and then we're just going to eat this this really big attack that it's going to use here. Oh, okay, good. Maybe you used the right
nice.
you used the right AI anyways. That's actually great. Got lucky there. And then now it's going to use Burning Blast. So Burning Blast hits everyone, does a massive amount of damage. We'll probably lose 1 or 2 hearts here, and I really don't care because the rest of this fight is pretty much static. We'll be able to stop it from using this Burning Blast on the next round, but that is A-okay.
And one thing to note too is that when we do lose a heart during battle, our kinship gauge increases, or the rate that it gains increases as well, so that's actually pretty nice. So as you can tell, Bagel just got full kinship again.
Yep, and we're going to take the ride to heal that off, that burn, and put both Yan Cuckoo and the rider back at full. Just hoping for some head-to-head RNG here. We want it to target us, and then the next time that it goes enraged, its head hit zone is going to be available once we get the part break on the head. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful timing on that. Please target me. Nice, and we're going to use that speed attack, and we're going to target the nose. Once we break that nose, it's going to be another knockdown. Kana also just got her kinship. I have a level 3 kinship. This is perfectly timed out to do the strongest double kinship attack that we can do right now, and it should break this nose entirely. Perfect.
Nice.
Results in a knockdown, and then we just continue attacking.
And now that we kind of broken that enrage cycle, we kind of just rinse cycle repeat again.
Yep. Here's another of the quick time events. We have to spin the right stick in a circle, and it has to be a clockwise circle. It is very, very aggravating. Ooh, we can actually manipulate that. The next time that it enrages, it's actually only going to do condensed heat, a power attack, and then it's going to use burning blast. So we want to make sure that we have our kinship ride to stop that burning blast from happening. Oh, whoops, nope, not that, not yet. That, there we go.
And as you can tell, it's already starting to droll, so we are getting close to the end of this battle. And this is actually where demo percent ends right after this battle.
Yes, like I said, it's going to use condensed heat instead. It'll use one head-to-head attack. Good, it targeted us.
Ooh, nice crit.
Yeah, it was a very good crit. And then we're just going to go ahead and use our Fireball Explosion, break the head again, get another knockdown, and this should end the fight. Nice.
Well done. And that's demo percent.
Yep, demo percent actually ends right there. And that is the extent of the demo. And if you get this game and you play the demo, and then you're like, man, I want to play the full game, your save transfers. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
So after defeating that Anjanath, a Wyverian girl named Enna reveals herself. She says she's a friend of Red's. She's a companion of Red's. And the Guardian Ratha gave Enna an egg to give to us. She's trusting us with this egg from, you know, a deific creature.
And we're just gonna accept it.
And we're just gonna accept it. So now we're heading to Ruto Village, which is where Enna comes from. Yeah, we're gonna learn more about Guardian Ratha and this egg, you know, while we're here. Which is to say, we're gonna slay a lot of monsters, do a lot of things, travel around a bunch. But this is Alcala. This is one of my favorite areas aesthetically. It's got the most coziest, comfiest fall vibes. I love it.
It's a nice vacationing spot.
It really is. Right into another cutscene immediately. This game is called Monster Hunter Stories because there is also a lot of story to it. I definitely recommend going and paying attention to this story and listening to it and watching it. Game is beautiful. So if you're mildly interested, please, please, please play this game.
Plus an amazing soundtrack.
Oh, such a good soundtrack. But yeah, so the egg is shaken, it's wiggling, it's doing that Pokemon thing where you think it's about to hatch. So that egg might be hatching soon. Keep an eye on that. More on that in the future.
And now we're just gonna keep going towards Ruto Village. Kind of during the cutscene, we had somebody kind of come in and take Enna away from us. She's fine. Don't worry. She will be back.
And now she's back, but then they took our egg.
Yeah. Yeah, because essentially the NPC that we're going to come across a little bit later is like, I don't think you're worthy enough for this. And we're just like, okay. And he kind of just takes the egg away from us. So now we got to go to the village and kind of talk to everybody here as well as the chief and kind of like try to prove ourselves. Do some
they give it back
interesting
to us.
means. Yeah.
So we, you know, our steps still count. No, but they do give it back to us, and we do have to prove ourselves. They want to teach us, you know, how to be a better rider, but they won't do it to anybody. So we have to show that we can be trusted. And I've just got a running theme of the game, huh? Yeah, it sure is.
Pretty much. So essentially, what's going on here is that we're just going to be, you know, kind of learning where everything is. So we're going to go and check out our house. That's a little place that we get to save at, as well as kind of change us some what do you call them? Holy shoot, outfits and stuff if we really want to. But we're also going to look at the stable and other areas just to kind of familiarize ourselves with this. This is the only other time that we're going to be doing this, but the game really wants us to know these locations.
It's actually really nice. There's no every town has all of the same facilities. The only difference between them are the NPCs and the quests available from those NPCs. But every town has the same facilities, so you just kind of pick a town that you really like and just hang out there because it's got to have all the things that you need in it. Before we go out into the world, though, we are going to be accepting more subquests here. We need to make sure that we accept our subquest first before we complete the quest that's available to be completed, because we want to give credit towards that. So part breaks, Zenny, we want offerings, quests, and then head-to-heads and forging equipment.
Yeah, so the reason why we do this in a specific order is because that subquest that Big Ol' had pick up, I know, it's so confusing. That one has us required to complete 10 quests, and so if we had turned in the quest before that, we're down 1 quest, which is 9 quests. It's going to be on the test, folks. Make sure you write it all down.
Oh,
there is a way
I love explaining that.
There is a
That's
way
so
around
dumb.
that, but there's a lot of RNG to it, so we just do it that way instead, so we can just
Yup.
save it. And like we said, quests are very important because we need the money in this game.
Man,
Anyway,
this
here's
game is so
Wonderwall.
dumb. Hey, y'all got that?
So now we have a new
Whoops. There we go.
battle buddy, which is Alwyn, and they are Monsty Shulk, who is a Legiana. We actually do come across 2 other battle buddies within this run, and they're a fun cast of characters. But right now we are doing another track gathering quest. Yay! But
Yay.
again, like how Pico said earlier, it's pretty straightforward. We're literally just following along and just gathering all these quests. Or these items. At the same time, we are picking up at least 3 other chests here. The life suits that he had just picked up. Another 1,000 Zenny, yay money. And then another heart churro, which is the other item that you use to recover hearts. Man,
Nice
that is
try, Pooh Bear. Nice try, Winnie the Pooh. It's my honey, and you can't have it. I can actually just run right
Yeah,
past all this stuff.
This is the nice thing about Pookie's Roar is that it literally will just stop a monster in its tracks. So even if it is beelining for us, we're just gonna say no and roar, and then walk away. Ooh, gold node.
Health small. We don't need that. We want gold fragments or a talisman called Showdown Small.
Yeah, essentially what Showdown Small does, and later on in the Ultra percent Showdown Large, we actually do more damage than the head-to-heads, which is very nice. That's exactly what we want. But if we get that Showdown Small early, it actually helps us out a lot.
Oh yeah. But it's all RNG. All right, Paolumuden. We got 1 item to pick up in here. I'm actually going to skip the other one, though, to get an Ultra percent. We're just going to get 1 item in here, and that is the Buying Charms. Buying Charms are a consumable that's used in a mechanic called Offering. Offering just gives us passive benefits, so we'll use a couple different offerings throughout the run, but the most important one is buying. Think of it as a coupon. Everything goes on sale. Literally everything, including all of the weapon and armor upgrades that we're going to be doing. Whenever we craft a weapon or an armor piece... Oh, God, Mungasteer. Whenever we craft equipment, it also costs us money. These buying charms just help us save money in the long run. We still need to have the required amount of money to craft. Let's say like it costs 4,400 Zenny to craft the item. They're only going to charge us, 3,900 instead, whatever the discounted price is. But we still need to have 4,400 just to even begin to haggle with them. It's actually a bug, and they just never fixed it.
Fun.
Oh yeah. But up first is Paolumu. Paolumu's a tech monstie, so we're just going to be using Boldrome through it, and when it does its phase change, it's going to try to fly. And when it does that, we're going to switch over to the piercing weapon, and we're going to try to break its neck sack, its neck thing that it has. If we can break that, we do get a topple, but it's kind of dependent a little bit on our buddy's AI, and then whether or not we have a kinship attack that we can take advantage of that situation. So far, it's not going so great. Alwyn uses a bow, which has a mechanic called Charge. So every other turn, he is going to use Charge, and it is kind of unfortunate because it just wastes a bunch of time, and he just gets hit, and sometimes he dies because of it. And then he loses the Charge because he died. Oh boy.
Man, I was really hoping that was going to hit.
Yeah, me too. Now we need to switch to technical because it's using speed attacks.
Yeah, this is when we start focusing on the neck.
And we've only got 3 turns to do this, to break the neck, and then it's going to use a very strong attack that is going to end the flight condition. If we can get all 3 of these head-to-head attacks as double attacks, then we'll have enough kinship. So I'm really hoping it targets us again. If it doesn't target us, this is perfect.
Yeah. We're actually getting really lucky on the AI as well because he is hitting the neck. But this, like JalBagel was saying, this kinship attack is essentially just going to guarantee the break as well.
Yep, so we're going to take the ride here. We're going to hit the neck. Stops that air blast attack too. And creates a topple. Then we'll switch back to Boldrome, give him a little more kinship. And then we'll get some crits in on this. Something nice too about switching monsties, every monstie has an attack priority. You can see that next to their name. When you switch into that monstie, they always use that attack. So if you switch from one monstie to a monstie that has power attack priority, it will always use the power attack when it comes in. We can use that to kind of manipulate and guarantee that we get certain double attacks when we can't control them. Riding will sometimes change the AI of things. So like riding there, I was really hoping would change Shulk's AI to use a power attack. It didn't. And since we can line these up, we absolutely will. Nice big hit on that. Switch to the Iron Sword. I don't have enough kinship to change that, but Shulk's also using a power attack, so we get a double attack here. Big 267 damage. Very nice.
Ooh, nice.
It's going to fly here. We'll just get another couple extra hits in. I don't think you have maximum attack yet. I'm gonna double check. You do!
Oh, Hog.
Oh, whoops, not that one. There we go, that one.
There you go.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Speed.
That's gonna happen every now and then.
Yeah, so we get confused on... Oh, it's fine.
That's okay.
We get confused on because we know that it's going to be speed, but then we're like, ah, yes, speed, and we're just going to choose speed.
I didn't get to rest. I blame green.
That's fair.
Oh, it's dead anyways. All right, we're fine.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, small little itty bitty mistake. It's all good. Fight still ends. We get all of the rewards that we want. 3,800 Zenny from that fight, and we don't need this this egg, so we're just gonna leave. Fast traveling to Ruto is very inconvenient. It is 4 inputs down, and using mouse and keyboard with this game is awful, because to get an input to appear, you have to click, and sometimes you can misclick into things that you do not want. So up next is Mount Harzgai. Mount Harzgai is a really cool place. We are going to be chasing a rock, Dwayne to be specific. But now that we have a catavan out in the world that's a little bit closer to the places that we want to go, we're just going to fast travel to it. Because this is still faster than running out of Ruto Village. And you'll notice that we aren't going to get all of the catavan stands that we cross, because not all catavan stands are built equal. Some are useful, some are arbitrary. And we're actually going to be cutting out even more in this run, since we are only going up to flight percent, which is a partial 90% category. We don't need the majority of the things that I would normally be trying to get. Just make sure that... why can I not get off?
There
oh god!
It is.
Oh, he's coming for me!
On you?
I was all
fine.
We're fine. Running off that cliff can be a little weird sometimes, but it's all good.
But yeah, so JalBagel said we are going to be chasing Dwayne The Rock Johnson here. This is actually an interesting encounter where we don't actually slay the monster in the first encounter. We don't even slay it in the second encounter. It isn't until the third encounter that we finally decide, hey, we should finally slay this thing. So our goal right now during these first 2 encounters is just to get as quickly to what's called fleeing as possible. So we're just going to be fighting it using power because it is a tech monster. Once it doesn't rage though, we are going to have to switch over to speed. But like I said, we're just gonna focus on doing as much damage as possible because it is a DPS check. And here he is. He may look a little different than what you're used to. Don't mind that. It's just a transition of when you come into Monster Hunter stories too.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But anyways, we're just gonna be beating up Dwayne here. We want to try to get to a kinship attack. We want to try to, beat its health gate as fast as possible. winning these with double attacks is always a good thing, conserves HP, and builds up kinship faster. Delaying my input there just to make sure that, I almost called him Pumbaa, that Bulgerome is going to be using a power attack. Then we can immediately ride, and since our goal is just to deal damage to this thing, we're just going to ride, and we're going to use our kinship attack immediately. 140, 140. That should be flee? No, not yet.
No, I'm taking the next one. Bonk.
Nice crit.
Ooh, and a crit too. Come on. Yeah, like right there. There it is.
All right, cool. Turn 6.
So that is the first. Hey, you got an A.
Hey.
That is our first encounter. Like I said, we still have 2 more. Where the next one is also going to be another flea. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to keep pounding into it and do enough damage.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, the game likes to quote-unquote trick you by throwing out some rocks ahead. Oh, that was something.
Why did it stop me? Ooh.
Oh my god, a Basarius. Oh no, wait, that's just a rock. Yeah, so the game's just like...
What is happening? I'm just
You okay
tapping
there,
them and I'm stopping. That's so
Man.
wild. All right, I've never seen that before. I'm like literally just tapping them and just stopping immediately. Hello? Stop doing that.
Man, hitboxes. Wild.
All right. I wonder which one it is. It's this one.
It's that one.
Found it. It's right here.
So
Finding the right
because
one
we
the first
did-
time gives us a back
Yeah.
attack. Kind of inconsequential. That really doesn't do too much for us. It's like a little bit of damage, whatever. We just want to get right back into winning our head-to-heads. It's called RNG manip. I already told you how we manip RNG. It's by getting encounters, which we don't want. We want the minimum number of encounters. At least for now, because a lot of the fights are a lot safer on the earlier encounter numbers.
Yeah, like I said, this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to be doing some damage, hitting him hard, and then hoping that he flees within the next couple of turns.
Yeah, 5 or 6 turns is usually the goal. We're on turn 5 now. We're going into turn 6. Ooh, big crit. There it
Ooh,
is.
nice. Let's go.
Another A.
Another A.
Man, look at us. We are so
Nice.
good at this game. We're going to pass. It's a test at the end.
Yeah. All the grades that they collect at the end, it just really shows how smart we are. So this is the last encounter, and this is the encounter that actually counts. So we are going to be slaying the monster here. So you may have noticed it before that the... oh, that was close. You may notice before that the monster wasn't enraging. That's because we're just beating it to senseless. It is going to enrage in this fight. And like I said, that's when it's going to start using a power moves.
Now its other parts are available to hit too, so we are going to hit the wings. We're going to first target the wings, then the tail, and then the chest. That's how the NPCs do it too, and we want part breaks, so we're just going to do it with them.
Oh, look at that. All power. I love this game.
Whack.
342, nice.
Hit! Oh.
Aw.
Game's also given us barrel bombs, big barrel bombs. They deal fixed damage, 250 damage. If I can find a place to use them, I will, but somehow winning head-to-heads, winning double attacks is better than using the bombs. Now that we've got kinship, we are going to ride here, and we're going to try to build it to a level 3 and sync up with Alwyn at the same time. He's got another turn until he has to, until he has enough kinship to attack. So we are just going to target this, and we're going to keep targeting the wings too. But he's going to do 2 turns, nice, because he did a charge and a AoE attack, which builds up 0 kinship. Oh, but then I targeted him. Oh well, that's fine.
Oh. There it is.
Yeah, I just wanted my level 3 because he was getting kinship no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine, because now we're going to use the kinship attack, stop that poison gas, 599, big damage, immediately into a QTE, so we get 50% kinship again. It's great.
It's actually pretty good.
I just realized, too, I used the wrong weapon. I need to switch that to the Great Sword and start hitting the tail. Because next we want to break the tail, because both All-In and Shulk are going to be targeting at that. So we're just going to help him with it. And once we get kinship again, that'll heal up Boldrome. And we're just going to build this up to level 3 now. Very straightforward fight, and since we're getting all of these head-to-heads, it's actually working out in our advantage, just keeping up the kinship attacks. You know, this is the more damage. But if we do get targeted, or if we get targeted in a way that it's not going to attack us, we will use a bomb. You just can't win a head-to-head if you use a bomb, because it's, you know, untyped. You are not going to be in time, so we're just going to do that.
I think so, one. And it's already showing signs of it getting close to being slain.
Yep, already drooling.
Man, you've been getting really good with these head-to-heads.
Mm-hmm. Getting very lucky.
That too.
I think this still does 250, even with the rock shield. Yep, it does.
Oh yeah. Totally ignores it. Nice.
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 Very good battle. And very good materials there. Another trade-in item, and usually we don't need Besario stuff as long as we get the RNG from other fights. We are going to be upgrading our equipment soon after the next fight. But first, we're going to go back to Ruto Village and get the channeling tutorial. So channeling is like the big gimmick to the game. The game expects you to go out into the world, collect a bunch of monsties, and you're going to have a surplus of monsties, and what you can do is use the channeling technique to move genes, which are, you know, predetermined skills or traits that are on one monster, and move them to another by sacrificing that monster. It's dark, man. It really is.
I'd like to think of it as soul transferring, because that makes it a little bit better.
Right. So we're going to soul transfer onto our Yankuku. It actually really doesn't matter what we do here. But we're always going to move a large health gene over. We don't want to give it the a different gene, which is the soothing voice or soothing call, because then that's a skill that our Monstie can use, and that's not helpful. Right, back to a tool off the trees. Anytime we got to do anything, we are going here, and we are going to go and hit up an Everden really quick for some extra bottle caps. And so we're going to be using all the bottle caps that we've been gathering in the next area. When we get to Kuon Village, we're going to buy an armor set there. It's going to cut out the necessity to do an armor upgrade. Very, very nice. Yeah, because that would normally cost money, and we don't want to spend money.
Yeah, so this one's actually going to get us to six more bottle caps, and it's like right here. It's not that far in. And like how Bagel's been saying earlier, it's a lot. We've routed these in, so then we just go in, get the bottle caps, and dip right out.
Nice. All right, on to Alcala Cave, and one of the harder early fights, but we're really good at this game, so it shouldn't be a problem. This is Yangaruga. This fight is not very straightforward. I had to really pay attention to everyone's health to avoid getting triple knocked out. It's very possible in this fight. We should be fine. But the first thing that we're going to be focusing on is cutting the tail off of the monster. That stops it from using a poison tailspin attack, which deals an insane amount of damage to one thing and also poisons them, which prompts him to follow up with the poison chaser attack. He's going to use it at least once, unfortunately, but then after that, you know, we should be able to cut it. You may have also noticed by now that a lot of these areas use a lot of the similar geometry and room shapes. So I actually have maps in front of me that are helping me navigate through these areas, because remembering where to go is very difficult. Reminder, using notes in speedruns is okay.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't be able to do it without it. Especially this one. Everywhere looks the same.
Yeah, so it's easy to get lost in here, and then you start losing time, and then you start getting upset. Oh look, Sponge Boy.
Sponge.
Nice. He's gonna roar and walk away.
You can just see how much faster Boldrum is than everything else. Very, very nice. All right, Yangaruga starts out with tech, so we are going to be using power. And then when it enrages, it's using power. So then we'll switch to speed. But for the start here, all we want to... You have got to be kidding me. All right, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so
can't do anything about that.
Boldrum's just gonna have to take that hit. Because we did not have enough kinship for it. Oh, thanks, Alwyn.
Fixed.
Like nothing ever happened.
You are targeting the Boldrum or me, I can't really tell, but we're just gonna let it happen. So this is Potent Poison Tail. That hit Boldrum. Getting another heal from Alwyn here. Thank you, thank you. And now we just kind of want to get to kinship so we can heal that off and also finish breaking this tail. We're going to have one more head-to-head here. Thank you. And that should get us kinship, which means we can ride and heal. And now we can break that tail, because it's still going to be using those potent tail spins. Oh, good. We can ride this. Still using those power attacks. Good. Or the... Oh, yeah, because it was poisoned. Nice. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That actually worked out really well. I believe it's going to go enraged after this. And we're so close to breaking that tail. Perfect. Which means that we can use the kinship to break the head. And when we break the head, we get a knockdown, which is going to stop its final attack of its enraged cycle, which is called the Flame Blaster. So now we are just waiting for Alwyn to have kinship, which he got it right here. And as long as we win the head-to-heads, we can't be killed by this. And when you hit 0 health while on a kinship ride, you actually don't lose a heart. Instead, your monster goes to 1 health, and you get knocked off of the ride instead. Okay, it actually went unenraged, so we are going to just hit the head. It's a very good cycle, because that was the Flame Blaster, which we interrupted it using the double kinship attack. And since we broke the tail, no more tail spins. You can just ride here, get a big heal up on Boldrum, and go right back into hitting this head. And so on its next enraged cycle, we will get the head topple. And ideally what we're going to do here is line this up in a way that the head topple happens, and we get to use our kinship attack, because it will crit then. Just watching everybody's health, it looks good. $311, nice crit.
Big damage. Ooh. And it's already starting to drool, so we already know we're getting close to slaying this monster. And it's dead. Nice. That was actually really well done.
Yep, very good Yangaruga fight. And we also got no trade-in materials on that, which is ideal. Yangaruga is a quest that we want to make its equipment, because we're going to make its bow, its hammer, and its armor. So it's going to be a lot of stuff. And we're going to do that right now. First we got to do is talk to this guy. He's telling us about some kids that got lost in the woods. Yeah, whatever. But for some reason, they make it our problem. Oh, well. Don't know why.
Because who sends kids out by themselves in the woods?
Apparently these guys do.
So now we're just going to complete a couple of quests that we finished up. And then we're also going to be accepting the critical hits quest.
And because my notes don't have it in there, critical hits and... Wait, where is it? Slaying, right there. I usually forget that one, and it really messes up my money routing.
And then one of the quests that we did pick up was for the prayer pot. So first we're going to use the gathering charm, and then we're going to use the buying charm, because that's going to be the charm, like Bagel said earlier, that gives us a discount when we're forging armor and weapons. And just like that, we're done.
Yeah, that
Easy.
finishes that quest, and that gives us the Zenny now, and it makes sure that the buying charm is active for this right here. So we do several trade-ins. 3,200 is huge right there.
That's a lot.
And then we are going to go down here to the Raven Torrent. Ooh, good. We got plenty of points for this.
So we're going to be making the Young Garuga hammer, the bow, as well as the armor. And then a little bit later, I believe after the next fight is when we're going to use the bottle caps.
After the next fight is actually, we're going to make the Duramboros switch Sword and Shield.
That's right.
And then when we get after Rathian, we will go and use our bottle caps. We don't use bottle caps until we get to Kuon. But all that's really good. No backups were needed. We had enough money and enough materials to do this. As long as we do that Yangaruga fight efficiently, we... Oh, whoops. I want to talk to you again. As long as we do Yangaruga efficiently, we actually always have enough materials to do that. And even if we get unlucky and get like one trade-in item, we usually have enough. All right. Next is the Wenwood.
So funny thing about this is that you actually have to get the kids in a specific order. There have been times where you will spend hours on hours because you might have not just gotten the kids in the right order, and the game's like, that's nice.
Anyways, go find the first one.
Yeah, go find the first one. So we've actually just routed in what order we're going to get the kids, and we're also going to get 1,000 more Zenny here. So because like we said, money. But we actually got a decent amount of money from the trade-ins, so we're actually doing pretty well. I think that 1,000 Zenny from earlier isn't going to affect us as harshly as I thought.
Yeah, we're looking really good going into the end of hatch percent, because that's what we're coming up to, the end of hatch percent. I can't believe I threaded that needle.
What?
Do not worry about it. All right, there's kid 1.
Don't mind us, we're just gonna send them back on their merry way.
Fend for yourself.
Yeah, while we go find kid 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Leave me alone. Oh, thank you. And I'm keeping an eye on the monsters as I run past them, just to make sure that I know how they're engaging with me. I have a good feeling for, how long it takes a monster to run at me versus how long it takes me to charge away. This hallway sucks. Let's see if we can't get past it. They left me a good opening. Thank you.
Nice. Look at that.
Then we got to get up here to break line of sight on them, and then we're going to go around this Tetsukabra. Not a Monstie, by the way. I really wish it was.
Missed opportunity, honestly.
Yeah.
Right, so here's kid 2. And again, we're going to pat him on the back and say good luck out there and send him back off home. And now we're going to go for kid 3. Yeah, we're going to go for kid 3. Nothing bad should happen finding kid 3. They're just a child here in the woods. Look at that.
Me, IRL, crying in the woods. Uh-oh.
No.
A monster.
So this is Duramboros, so we are going to be fighting it using speed, since it does start off with power. One thing to note too is that this is one of the first engagements where the monster is going to attack twice. unless we break the tail. But first we're going to focus on the legs to do enough damage on that. And then after that, we're going to start focusing on the tail because it does do not one, but 2 giant spins that do a lot of damage. So we got to make sure we take care of that as soon as possible.
Yeah, and the leg helps abate that. The leg will result in a knockdown, and also after it does a giant spin, it topples to the ground. So we just want to build up our kinship on this as fast as possible, get into a ride, and build up to level 3. So we're trying to time the break on that leg with its enrage cycle. Go ahead and ride now. Nice crit.
Ooh, nice.
And there's the enrage. So it's going to do 2 technical attacks, and then it's going to try to do its giant spin. We just want to cancel that first giant spin, hopefully with a leg break. But we are going to... Oh, it's going to win. Oh my goodness. He's gaming. Shulk.
Let's go.
My guy. Does no part break damage, though.
Yeah, because that is a multi-hit.
So it's looking like we're going to be able to cancel the first giant... Nope, got it. Nice. Perfect.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Absolutely stunning. And then we're just going to go back to hitting it. Now we're going to hit the tail and get that tail break.
Love big damage.
Oh, I love the noise that crits make in this game.
Look at that. Alright, so now that it's back up, we're just going to go ahead and go through with power again. So we're going to be fighting with speed. And like I've said earlier, we are going to be focusing on that tail because it is going to start doing its giant spin attack. And we want to make sure we get the tail break so it only does one of those. The good thing is, like Bagel said earlier, is that even if it does the first giant spin, it is going to fall over because we broke the legs.
I'm also waiting for an opportunity to use the hammer's unique ability. Oh, actually, I can just ride that. Nope, you can just do this. But I want to use the hammer's unique ability on the tail because the tail is weak to bludgeoning, and it's going to do a lot of damage. We can actually tank one of the giant spins, so we're just going to do this double with all-in, and it is going to break... Oh, it's going to get really close to breaking the tail. This is also really good. And losing a heart here is actually inconsequential. It does not matter. I am just going to go straight for this spinning meteor on that tail. Since it's not targeting me and I can't help the double attack, we're just going to do that. Big 238.
Nice. Choke, no.
He's fine. This big spin I do not care about. Ranmar will probably die. I might live, but even if we lose 2 hearts, it's not 3, and we are perfectly fine. Yep, 5 health. Not even a problem. This also does result in it getting knocked down, and he is susceptible to crits here. So once again, just more big damage.
Nice. Look at that. And broken.
So now we want to break that chest for the maximum number of part break rewards. And this is the kind of cadence that we want to have. Notice we have not changed our Monsi this entire fight because when it does do a form change, it is just, you know, when we have our kinship ride, so we can control what attack we're doing there. We are going to wait for him, and then we're going to get a big kinship attack off. So he's going to win this. It's going to build up enough kinship. And we're going to get a double off. He is drooling. This should be... Either should end it or it should be really close. 666, Monk W. Don't worry about it.
So this should be it right here.
He's got so much health.
Oh my god. He's a thick boy.
He's so thick. Yeah, now we're going to have to switch. And that is to power.
Yeah, so the nice thing about switching between monsters and weapons too is that it doesn't take up a turn, just like kind of different from Pokemon where it does. So we're able to do that and just kind of adapt to it as well. Nice, and it's dead. Kind of a dramatic flail, but you know. But we did get the most amount of parts that we needed, and like JalBagel said earlier, we are going to need those parts for the sword and shield we're going to be building.
And Sword and Shield I prefer over Greatsword, even though we kind of switch between the two throughout the run. It's just more what's available to us. Though I do like Sword and Shield more for separating damage types, or separating attacks. I need 49, not quite there. Whoops. Sell. Weapons. Just gotta do some quick selling here. Looks like we have to go into here real quick. More for good luck.
There you go. Yeah, so like we said earlier, even though it does say 49 and we're going to get a discount, we still have to make sure we hit that 49. So we could buy the weapons or armor that we're going to need.
We just have to prove we can buy it. We still want to use our coupon.
Yeah.
All right, so we've unlocked an area that's a little bit closer than a Two Lofty Trees, so we're just gonna go there now.
Fast travel.
Oh god, I love it. Fast travel's so good. We got 2 more fights in Alcala, and then we'll be moving on to Lavaska. But throughout the entirety of Flight Percent, we go through 4 regions. So this is the second. Lavaska will be the third, and then after that, it is Lemur.
Yes.
Big old desert region.
So now we have to go into the forest and fight a kitty by the name of Nargacuga. And we're actually going to be getting using Nargacuga as a Monstie as well for its ability Sneak?
Sneak, stealth, something.
Yeah, something like that. Essentially what that does is that it makes us invisible. We are still vulnerable to monster hitboxes, so it's we're just going to go around the monsters whenever we do decide to use that ability. But essentially what Sneak does is that it makes it where we're not visible to any other monsters on the field, which is really nice.
Yep, instead of them running at us, they stop. I'm at a really good encounter seed. I want to not lose it. No, where did you come from?
I came from the left. That's so funny. That's the same. Actually, that's the same location where you got your last last night too. Man, there's gonna be something else.
I get sniped there all the time. It's usually by the blue Yankuku, so I'll come around that corner and he's already sprinting at me.
Oh no.
All right, just don't hit the Lumu tail again.
All right. So Nargacuga is a speed monster, so we are going to be using technical against it. This is another one of those where once it's enraged, it is going to use 2 attacks. So we are going to be focusing on trying to break the tail to stop what's called a spike bomb attack. Because that attack does do a pretty hefty amount of damage to us.
And it does it to everyone at once.
Yep. Oh no, come on.
Hit the tail. Nice.
Nice. All right.
We don't have to worry about that anymore. Now we just need to get a ride here. The other thing about Nargacuga too is that when he enrages, he's going to start using tech attacks, and he's going to be doing 2 attacks at a time. Splitting up our attacks to make sure that we can take advantage of that is really difficult at this stage of the game because Alwyn and I are tied for speed. And the way that this works is whenever Monstie Nargacuga is targeting, that head-to-head has to happen first before his second attack happens. So if you are targeted for the second attack and then you get outsped, you are not going to get that head-to-head. However, the way that I'm going to kind of control this, if I get targeted, I'm going to use a weapon skill to separate my attack. This is now technical, so we can switch to Boldrome. If the Monstie gets targeted, if I have full health, I'm going to attack with it. And if I have half health, I'm just going to heal the team. In this fight, it's not as relevant. I can take 2 to 3 hits, depending. But Nargacuga does have a gene that gives him a higher crit chance. Ow! And I can also take 1 or 2 hearts this fight and be kind of okay still. But in this case, where I'm being targeted for an attack, what I can do is separate them like this. Because I'm going to move before my Monstie, and I can tell him to use a power attack. We go first, and then the second attack can now happen. But it took a head-to-head with Legiana, with Shulk. We missed that. This is unfortunate, so all I'm going to do here is just use a Life Suit. And it's a 1 in 3 chance for it to target me afterwards, so they're going to do this head-to-head. Whack. And hey, we got lucky.
Oh, nice.
But now the Enrage is going to drop, and we can switch back to Yankuku.
Yep. And now we just repeat.
Don't target Alwyn. He only attacks every other turn.
Ooh, nice crit. Yeah, Park left after. Let's go.
Oh, why was that so hard? So Yankuku has 3 technical attacks that he can use that are part of his skills list. He has Beak Drill and Fireball, which are single target attacks, but he has an attack called Unstoppable. The problem with Unstoppable, we are not going to do this double, by the way. The problem with Unstoppable is that it is a multi-target attack. Think like Surf or Earthquake from Pokemon. So we can win a head-to-head with it, but we cannot get a double attack with it. So if I do see him use Unstoppable, I have to change it. Ideally, he just never uses it. But, you know, that it always happens.
Nice. Man, you're getting really good.
Yeah, getting really good crit RNG right now. Now we're going to switch back to Boldrome.
And it's already starting to droll, so we are getting close to slaying this monster as well.
Target Boldrome. No, it's me.
Fine. It wasn't a critical, so you're okay.
So the unfortunate thing about getting rides during the double attack phase is that it can target me for 2 attacks, so I actually can't build it up. Instead, I'm just going to use it immediately to skip that turn. He's at least... Oh, no, he used Poison Coat, so it's going to actually separate. Oh, it's actually good. We speed tied and he won. Now who do you target? Yes!
Oh, let's go.
Easiest
Nice.
class. Good duo
Look at that.
finish. Ooh, and a shiny thing. Shiny on Nargacuga is good. So before we can go and collect our egg, we got to fight Alwyn. And this is a really hard fight. If you guys ever played this game casually, you know how difficult this fight can be. First thing we're gonna do is,
Wait.
Okay, but Nexi should be using technical attack, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Nexi uses technical. Okay, here.
What? Okay.
Johnny, the notes say technical attack.
I know. I thought we went over this. Okay, the next one is technical. No. Okay. Cool.
I don't know what to
something
do.
wrong with the game?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh gosh.
Well,
Well, that's okay, because we don't have to win that fight anyways. We throw. We always throw. Don't have to beat Alwyn. We get nothing for beating Alwyn. Just always throw. We can either beat him in 3, or we can either lose in 3 to 4 turns, or we can try to beat him in like 25. He is a very hard fight. We just don't bother with it. I hope you enjoyed our acting there. We tried our best.
Thank you, thank you. We're up for the academy. So essentially what that was that it was a tutorial for rider battles. That's going to come up a little bit later in the run as well. Essentially what happens is that riders can only fight monsties, because monsters and monsties are different. But monsties can fight either monsties or riders.
Yep, you got it.
Doesn't get, yeah.
Not confusing at all.
Yeah. So now we got that and we got in our egg. We're gonna go ahead and hatch it because we are gonna need that Nargacuga, and we have to make sure we get the Nargacuga.
Oh yeah. No, we're not gonna do what I did last night, which is take a Velocidrome that I absolutely do not need. Hey, we did it.
There it is.
Hardest trick in the game. Taking the right monster out of the box. I kid you not. Navigating that box is impossible. It is
Oh, yeah.
so bad. All right, talking to the chief, heading to the Wynwood, and we are going to be on to Mount Tarzgai.
And again,
Johnny,
because of fast travel,
we just go to the Wynwood.
let's go. And the nice thing too is that right after this, we're actually going to hit up the Alcala Highlands caravan that we're going to be using to get even closer to our destinations.
I love the routing in this game so much. It's so dumb. Oh, it's so good. Because I mean, we literally, if can fast travel, we do. If can't fast travel, we find how to fast travel and then do. But we have a moment to appreciate the absolute glory that is this game. I mean, this game is pretty. I love it. Look at that big old mountain. We're gonna climb that thing.
We're going up there.
But first, we're gonna go up that mountain. So Mount Tarzgai is a cool little area. It's got a lot of winding trails and a lot of switchbacks. So we end up using a couple different monsters throughout here. There's some gathering that we want to do, but for the most part, we're just going to be trying to get through this as fast as possible. There's a bunch of these drawbridges that we have to lower so we can get across them. And eventually, the levers for the drawbridges are missing, so we have to go and find those. It's a cute little area. It's one of my least favorites, but you know, we'll get through it.
There's a lot of back and forth, like Bagel said, so it takes a little bit longer than we need to, especially because of the drawbridges not having their levers.
Can't skip this cutscene. Where's my mod to get rid of this cutscene? We didn't get the fun Velociprey, or not Velociprey. The Jaggy on the bridge. We have to do this because they are all in front of me. It's like that. It's like that Jurassic Park meme with Chris Pratt and the 3 raptors. That was just that right there.
But instead we just yell and tell them to go away.
we scream and then they stop chasing us. Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he just do that in the movie?
So we are going to be picking up 2 more vital lessons here as well. Oh, I
know you don't like it, but it works every time.
I hate it. So we are going to be using Kulu's, or not Kulu.
Cuckoo.
God, names.
Kulu. They're all bird and technical. It's all the same.
Yeah,
it might as well be.
We just use this field skill. Man, I'm all over the place today. To be able to break that rock, so we are able to get that vital essence. And hey, look, the lever we needed.
One of many. We're gonna be here for a minute.
But the nice thing is that they are in some fairly nice decorated chests, because you know the person felt kind of bad for us, I guess.
I don't know who put them in there, but they did a great job.
Way to deter us by putting the thing that we needed in the shiny chest.
Ooh, look at this! Look at this shiny box. Let's open. Oh, hey, it's the thing I need. Perfect. The color of the boxes in this game actually tell you what's in them before you open them. Please don't have a tail. Thank you. I tell you what's in them beforehand. So like brown chests are usually consumable items. Blue chests are usually equipment or stat affecting items. There's these things called nutriments that can be in there. And then the red chest is usually a story item or a area-specific reward like bottle caps.
Or in this case,
we are going to go
levers.
for it. Oh, I'm running directly in the wall here, hold on. It's okay, it's okay. Everything's fine. We're just going to do that. I should have just done that from the get-go. But it's fine. Everything's fine. I thought he ran further in. He stood at the mouth of it. That's pretty cool. We need 2 levers here, so we're going to go and find the other one real quick, which is right past one of my favorite boys. Look at that spongy lad.
He's doing his best. Just existing.
He is basking in the Alcala sunlight. You think it's cold here? Like, I'm looking at this. Like, I see like a lot of fall colors. It feels like it's really cold here.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's a nice 68 degrees there.
The sun in Celsius.
Oh, yes.
I am gonna switch up the monster.
20 Celsius for you
nice.
guys. Thank you, Google.
So I switch up here just because all of these monsters that are in that room They are mean, especially that
They're horrible.
Basarios. And I'd rather just just run past everything right here. Nargacuga also has a pretty decent move speed, and once we get past all those monsters, we can just switch back to Goldrome and continue. We're going to be going into a feline den here. These are throughout the world, and inside of it, it has a feline medic to heal us. Nice little gift for coming and visiting, which is usually a healing item, and then a catavan stand that we can save at. You can't save in the menu. You have to save at a catavan stand or back at your bed in a town. So we're going to be using these for safety saves. This is my run from last night. Shoutouts to that run. It was something.
It really was.
And then now we're going to head into a very difficult fight.
Yeah, so at this point we're coming across a big hole because that's the theme of this game. Big holes.
A hole. Starring Shia LaBeouf. Where's he at?
He's in there somewhere. So this fight is going to be versus a Rathian. It is going to start off using speed, so we're going to have to fight that with tech. So we bring out our young Cuckoo. Shoutouts to the homie.
The boy.
So the interesting thing about this fight is that we are going to be focusing the tail a bit. Doesn't really... I want to say it doesn't really affect the battle that much. I think it gets us the knockdown at least.
No, it doesn't even give us a knockdown. It does nothing.
Oh, yeah?
Because this monster is Rage Raid, which is a mechanic we haven't talked about yet. But Rage Raid is like the thing that we're chasing. Monsters in the areas are getting angry because they're getting affected by this light that's pouring out of this hole now. Okay, good evade. I don't want that to hit me. It will kill me. So we're just going to try to avoid that somersault every single time. But she does it once, and then she does it twice in one turn, and I don't know who the second target is, so I always evade it. Oh, hey, look. Oh, the first target is at least Jan Cuckoo, which he will maybe survive that. And then we're just going to evade it ourselves, because we just don't know what the second target is yet. Let's see. Who's it hit next? Oh, it just one-shot Alwyn. Sick. Very, very cool. All right, so that's scary. Alwyn losing hearts early like that is not ideal. I'm going to switch to Ranmar here because it's now in power attacks. Man, I just do not like this fight. This fight is very difficult. Yeah, it is now using its Fire Blast, and I believe that's targeted at me, so we're just going to go ahead and evade it. Fire Breath is a single target fire attack. We just need to evade it really quick. Nice.
Let's go. Didn't even have to move. Look at that. Just stood there and evaded.
That's we call those iframes. And then we're just going to keep this weapon out still. Win this head-to-head, and then the next attack is Flame Breath. This hits everyone, and it will KO Ranmar. That's expected. As long as Alwyn and Shulk are at full health, this attack can't crit. They will survive. Ranmar lived?
Lived?
My
Wow.
boy
All
didn't
right.
get burned. Let's go. Jan Cuckoo, come back.
Yeah, so we actually got lucky there because usually you get a burn affliction on it, and then the burn just kills our monster outright. But hey, it didn't happen, so hog.
Me again?
Man, it really likes you.
That's honestly fine. It means I save hearts. Alwyn just got kinship. Swerve. And that's going to skip the head-to-head attack here, tragically.
Yeah, we kind of needed that to build up our kinship, but
Yup.
it's okay.
And that's going to target Shulk, which Shulk will survive, and then I have to evade because I have no idea who the second target is, and I do not want it to hit me.
So there's one. And
Man,
two.
Alwyn.
Now it's back to Enrage, so we are going to be switching back over to Ranmar because we do need that speed.
And then now I have to heal Alwyn because he is being targeted for an attack, and he's too busy trying to heal Shulk! the buddy system is very bad.
Yeah.
Oh god. Stop dying.
This is gonna be something. Oh, come on, Redmar.
Got it. Okay, so depending on who you target here.
It's
Ranmar. Oh, whoops. That I meant to input up. Okay, well, hopefully you live. We'll find out. He's at full health. 110. Nope.
Oh, nope. That is 137.
That's okay. I didn't want to do my ride yet because I wanted to save my ride for the for this next attack and to cancel this. I could have just taken the death on Ranmar though, and that would have been at full health. Brilliant, brilliant.
It's okay. It's tactical.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a misinput. I meant to click up and just completely whiffed it.
Oh, nice.
All right.
And
Oh, it is a knockdown.
Yeah, that's
I
what
should probably put that in my notes, huh?
Yeah. Because I noticed it last night too, and I was just like, I think that is just a KO.
I don't remember.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
All right, you are no longer enraged. Back to Cuckoo. And we should get our kinship attack off of this. Please heal your friend. Stop aiming at me too. I wonder if I... No, 123, I probably don't.
No. I was like, you are not going to live that attack.
Yeah, I'll just cancel it. I have one other tech monstie, so if I can get a double attack here, I'd rather be able to heal. I'm just going to take it on my own.
You got this. I'm not even worried.
He's got 1 heart left, or he's got 2 hearts left. Shulk's pretty good. I've got that.
Targeting Young Cuckoo for that one. It's almost dead.
It is, but we got to play this safe. They might take a heart there, actually. So you know what? We're just going to life suit. If it hits me, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
All
right. Not me.
Yeah, this is when those multi-attacks just make us kind of monk S a little bit.
This is also one of the harder fights in this game. This is also the last fight before hatch %. Hey, that egg's gonna hatch. Can you please hit?
I wonder what it'll be.
Oh, you've thrown. You idiot.
It's targeting...
Yeah, it's targeting me. Couldn't tell.
We're gonna dodge that.
69, nice.
Oh, 69, nice. Oh, 169.
Swerve. Please all win. Just hit. Okay, never mind. All right, we're good.
Oh, let's go.
It was a little slow, but it's okay. Sometimes we just gotta play it safe. I'd rather play that safe and not lose a hit. That fight is not easy. So this is actually the first partial 90% category. Most other games just tend to do that because they are really long games. I mean, this is a 6-hour-long speedrun for the full part of it. We are only doing the 4-hour-long part of it. But time was right there for egg, not for flight. That's for egg. Flight is coming up in another 2 hours.
Yeah.
So buckle up, because now we have this little baby Rathalos. But he popped out with wings that aren't great, and so that got everyone worried that he might be foretelling a tragic legend of the Wings of Ruin, and how the Wings of Ruin were going to bring destruction onto the world. Fast traveling to the beginning of the to the town is faster than walking to it. I love it. But yeah,
Who needs steps?
They say that, you know, his wings, if they unfold, that they'll bring destruction or something. And so now we are gonna go to the next area, to Alaska, and seek out help. coming to that Highlands caravan and heading this way. Oh, you got something for us?
I was just curious because I know that you have mentioned the demo. Is this still part of the demo, or did I miss that?
No, the demo ended with the area like right before we came here. So that was with the big T-Rex that we fought, Anjanath. Yeah, the demo is ended in that first area, but you can do everything in the first area in the demo, which is insane.
Oh wow! And where can we get this demo out? Is it on the Switch or
Steam and Switch?
Oh, perfect! I'm gonna have to look this up.
And the nice thing too is that any progress you make in the demo actually transfers over to the full game when you decide to buy it.
Oh, I love it when they do that. I absolutely love it. I did want to say, to just kind of remind everybody, that we are raising money for the Canadian Cancer Society as well. For everybody who is just coming in, ! Donate to get that donation link. And we actually have some pretty cool prizes, ! P for those prizes. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming around, hanging out, and every little bit counts.
Absolutely.
So we just had a little tutorial pop up about our first environment status affliction on us, which is frostbite. Essentially, it just works like paralysis in Pokemon, where we sometimes don't get to move because we're frozen still. Because hey, look, it's a cool snowy area. So counteract that, we did just use Hot Mist. And hey, look, it's a Shork, our large friend. This fight is actually pretty interesting because it has not only one mode change, but 2 mode changes. So the first one that's going to come up is going to be its Ice Mantle or Ice Armor mode, where it's going to don some really cool spiky looking armor. When it does that, it is going to start using some speed attacks. So we are going to try to focus on breaking that Ice Mantle, which is coming up right now. Look at that. Look at that armor.
Very cool boy. And I'm just focusing on building up kinships right now. I didn't use the Boldrome yet, only because I want to save it for when it ends this this phase, and that'll be evident why a little bit later. But we just cut that in our back pocket for right now, and instead we're going to use this one from the Yankuku.
Ooh, nice crit. And then this is the second mode change, which is Swell. So now it's going to be using some power attacks. But we're just going to keep on attacking it. Nice.
Oh no, we're at 1 health, but we didn't win a head-to-head. Nothing happened. So that actually can't KO us. It can't reduce our health past 1, so it means it doesn't knock us off of a ride. And instead, we get help from another buddy. Back from the past, all the way from Stories 1, it's Avinia. And she's going to immediately use her kinship. We just wanted to make sure that we lined it up with that. And then we can go back to Boldrome. Do the exact same thing again.
And essentially we just repeat this battle over again, so we are going to be fighting it with power now with its technical moves.
Hey, Avinia, thank you.
There it is.
Appreciate you, homie. This fight's really straightforward, though. We really don't have to do too much extra. I'm just trying to make sure that I have my kinship attack line up with hers.
Ooh, and a power flash. Let's go.
And sick.
and health.
That's all we need.
It's okay. Vinia's gonna help us out here. Oh, Vinia, you're so amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, she's actually doing the right thing. He used the wrong attack. So he would have got, if he used a single target attack, he would have gotten kinship this turn. Oh well. we want to stick with this because I can get it with Frostfang. Sick.
Nice. And you both got kinship.
Look at that double. Oh boy. And bonk. 742 damage, big number.
Nice.
Big finish.
And it's dead.
All right. So before we head to the village, we're going to gather some stuff really quick. But the village that we're about to head to is where Avinia is from. If you ever played the first Monster Hunter Stories game, that's the one on the 3DS. Avinia left her village to go and investigate the Black Blight that was plaguing, Stories 1. This is the village that she talked about. So it's kind of really neat to see where she came from and, what she's been up to. But all the villagers here in Kuon Village know the story of Guardian Ratha, since Guardian Ratha was the one that defeated the Black Blight 4 years ago, and so they kind of respect the riders that has been identified as deserving to be a successor to Guardian Ratha. But this is Kuon Village, really neat place. They got these really cool windmills. Look at those very pretty windmills. We're gonna fix that one that isn't running, and then they're all gonna be beautiful.
Though. Yeah.
Hope nothing happens to those windmills.
Now, their whole city is just based around those windmills. I just don't want anything to happen to them.
Yeah, it'd be tragic.
I want them to stay. I want them to stay forever, please.
Mm-hmm. Be truly unfortunate if anything happened to them. Anyways, Avinia's showing us around Kuon, and while we are here too, we're going to be talking to Mellings Inc. and finally turning in all those fancy dancy bottle caps that we've been gathering. And we're gonna get a new dress. You get it's actually more like a coat. We're gonna get a purple coat. But instead of buying it and crafting it, we're gonna, more or less exchange it for bottle caps. And it's about the best piece of armor that we can get in this area, anyways. Whoops. So, yep, there we go. And it's also really fast to do. Look at that. Already wearing it.
It's nice and cozy. Keeps us warm.
Super cozy.
In the cold times.
I mean, I really wish it had that skill on it, because then I wouldn't have to use as many hot drinks. But we will be using a lot of hot drinks through here. This is Chief Doll. He's showing us the ropes. We gotta go.
He's essentially just telling us, hey, those windmills. We gotta make sure those windmills stay there. We gotta make sure that nothing bad ever happens to them. So people are freaking out because, they're freaking out because they know about the story of Ratha and everything. So they're like, oh my god, you're like the grandchild of Red and stuff. So like, you're pretty cool too.
You're pretty famous. We're like, yeah, we know.
Kind of a big deal here around here, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go ahead and talk to the chief again.
Oh, man, they're just so pretty.
Yeah, look at that.
It would really be a shame if one of those broke or something. Whoops, wrong button. Still the wrong button. There we go. And right there. All right, so we are going to head down to the forest area first. We're going to be going to the Loska Forest. We got to go fight a spider or something. Before we do that, we're going to go grab a catavan really quick right next to a royal monster. We haven't really seen a royal monster, and we also aren't going to interact with them at all. But that's a royal monster. They are more or less monsters that are, as strong as monsters in the next area. So they provide a unique challenge and an ability to get a rare monster before you could normally acquire it. Very cool, very neat, very Gammoth. Anyways, we are going to be moving into the Loska Forest.
This one's a little bit of a windy area too, so we are going to be taking a couple of stops here and there. But we're essentially just beelining it to the back of this cave. Or this forest, so we're just gonna ignore every single thing that we see around here. Even those monkeys, and even this friend. Oh my god, that tail does not have a hitbox, got it.
Nice. Am I gonna get the line? Is this it? Is this the one? Oh my goodness.
No shot.
That was the one. Takes us all the way here. We do have to stop right here, turn a little bit, and then go again. It's a catch a watcher around this corner. I have no idea where he spawned. Dang it.
Aw. I think that bug actually hit you too.
Yeah, I think it was the bug, because I would have gotten the back attack on Catch-A-Watcha, so if that thing wasn't there, it would have been really nice. Oh well. We gotta risk it for the biscuit sometimes. Not too much of an issue.
Look at that.
That's what our second encounter.
Yeah.
Brute bone. Let's just switch to Pookie here. These guys are never in a good spot. Do that.
All right. And now here's Big Spider.
Big Spooter. So Narcilla has a needle. We want to break that needle ASAP. Switching to Boldrome, and then we are going to switch our weapon to Piercing. And then the needle. We want to break this needle ASAP. That needle can seal away skills and seal away technical attacks, which means that we won't be able to use those attacks if we do gain that status. So if we can break the needle, we can stop him from doing that. Nice, and we broke the needle.
Look at that. First turn, too.
Now, it's the chest. I think it's the chest that's next. You can do the head or the chest. A lot of his parts are pretty weak. Actually, I'm going to do the head. Okay, good. We got our ride. So it's going to use Tech Seal here, and we don't want to let it do that. So we are just going to use our kinship attack to stop the Tech Seal. So then now we can use tech attacks. Don't have to worry about that. If we do get Tech Sealed, that monster or that rider that is affected by Tech Seal cannot use tech attacks, and that is very bad. Because then it can't win any head-to-heads against it, and the monster, Narcilla, will continue to target that tech-sealed companion. This thing is intelligent.
It's one smart Spooter.
We have to pay attention to its enraged status here. I'm keeping an eye on its head. When its head is no longer glowing red, it's no longer enraged. It's very easy to completely overlook that and then attack into it when it's using a technical attack. Go ahead and ride here.
Yeah, so now it's back to its regular state, so we're just going to go ahead and fight it with some power.
Ooh, nice crit.
Oh, nice crit. And get Harper here. Nice.
Working on the next part.
Ooh, look at that. 2 crits.
I'm hoping that it enrages after this. I think it does, because they'll get kinship right here. Yep, perfect. And then that means we still line up to cancel this Tech Seal.
Well done. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You love to see it.
You really do.
Alright, so it's already drilling, so we're already getting close to slaying this thing, which is really nice. It's actually really fast.
And it's dead.
Look at that.
That was a great fight.
Ooh, one shiny. Let's go.
Yep, another trade in there. That feels good. So now we're going to head back to Kuon and do some walking around. Really nice thing about fast traveling to Kuon, it's just literally one right input.
Now we're just going to tell the chief, hey, we dealt with that big spider problem you had going on. He's like, cool. We still have other problems, though.
We do have other problems. More particularly, one of our windmills isn't working. Can you fix that? Sure. You guys really like these windmills. Hope nothing bad happens to them.
So after this, we are going to be heading straight over to Levitina Mine Cave. The really nice thing about this area, too, is that it actually gives us a good opportunity to try to find some gold mining nodes. Like we said earlier, those are really important to us for this run, to try to get as much traded items as possible. And we also might get a little bit lucky if we don't get a traded item, maybe a good talisman. Crossing our fingers for that showdown small.
That's about the only thing that's going to make our damage actually increase. Oh, I could have just gone straight there. Whoops.
There you go. All right, do you remember where to go here?
No. It's all so confusing to me. It's not this one.
It
is that one.
You were fine.
Dang it. It's all so confusing. Ooh, shiny.
Oh, hey, look.
Healing.
All right, and
Nice.
oh, okay. Diamond dust. That's a really good one to get. we're just gonna say
What
bye
was in
to
that
all
chest
these
over there? I
monsters.
don't think I've opened that before.
Oh look! Oh, look at that double. We're just gonna go
No,
for
we're
this
not
one
gonna
there.
grab the bone. Yeah, we're just gonna grab
Oh,
that.
nice.
More diamond dust. They don't sell for much, but it is helpful. Getting that showdown small would be amazing this run. Let's see if we get lucky. Ooh, hey, we did. Switching our lead Monsty over to Nargacuga, and we can go ahead and use our Hot Mist now. But anywhere, that's bad. Crit small is okay. If I don't get anything else by the time I get to the end of this cave, I will equip that.
Yeah, so we're just gonna be on the lookout for anything gold and shiny. I think I see. Yep, there's another one right there. Oh, there's two. Look at that. Okay.
Nova Crystal's not great. 2 gold fragments,
Ooh.
that feels good. Remember which way to go. Down. And you can use Boldrome through here. It's just a lot easier to do this because there's a lot of monsters and we're turning a lot. I would much rather play it safe, avoid the encounters, go a little bit slower. And with Boldrome, you'd have to stop every single time you wanted to pick up one of these.
Where with Nargacuga, you just go, oh, thanks for the dialogue there.
Yeah, that dialogue always pops up right at that. It's fine.
What hitboxes?
Everything's fine.
And another diamond dust. Okay. So now we're going to be fighting Barroth. Barroth does start off with speed, but it does have an interesting form change where it's going to start rolling around in mud. And it's going to start switching up to tech. So we are going to have to focus on breaking the head when it does do the mud. Because that does, I believe that also gets us a KO as well.
Yeah, breaking any of his parts gives us a knockdown. So we're going to want to focus on getting a kinship ride before it covers itself in mud. And then afterwards, we're just going to use the kinship ride to break that that part. We're going to build it up to a level 3 and then pop it before it can use its mud splash attack. And that's going to give us a knockdown. But it does 3 speed attacks before going into the mud roll. Right here.
There it is, mud mantle. Look at that. Look at that boy having a fun time.
Keep aiming for the head here.
So one thing to note though, we just saw pop up earlier, is that it did let us know that because it does have the mud mantle, it is not weak to fire anymore. Which Yankuku is I guess you would call it like a fire-based Monsty. Nice.
Oh,
well
tragic. I was really hoping that would have broken it, because then I could have saved this kinship attack for the topple, which would have been a crit. But that's okay, because we're just going to do that.
Big numbers. Look at that. And then now, because we did break off the mud mantle, Yankuku's attacks are now super effective against it. So you'll notice that with the number changes, the bright orange numbers mean that they're super effective hits. One thing to note though is that when we do head-to-head attacks, whatever element type our weapon is that the rider has, that's going to be the element that's going to be used for the head-to-head. So right there, even though Yankuku was a fire monster or a Monsty, we didn't get the super effective number on there.
We do now since we're riding it, which is why I jumped on it. Ooh, actually, I'm going to take that, because we can stop the mud mantle early, and then this will be weakness.
And it's already grown, look at that.
And we're going to switch to you. Now, you might be thinking, hey, why didn't you use Ratha there? Well, Ratha can't kinship attack, so we're not using Ratha. Instead, we're going to keep using Boldrome so we can get to that kinship attack, but Ratha's potential just hasn't been unlocked yet. So we can't really take a whole big use from him, but he does have a lot of health and really good defenses. We will be using him on the next fight to kind of pace out that fight a little bit nicer. It's very, very close. If that hit the head, that would have been really nice.
Oh, it's dead. Oh, Okay. Nice. Ooh,
that's all good
was that
stuff.
3?
I mean, those were its normal parts, and I also got a bunch of bones out of it, so yeah, it's whatever. All right, back to Kuon. And next is gonna be Lalaska Rocky Canyon.
Yeah.
Tobikadachi!
Yeah, so now we're gonna tell the chief, hey, we just took care of that cave problem. We're good, right? And he's like, no, you still have more to do. And we're like, oh, okay.
Sick, thanks. The next Monstie is my favorite Monstie in the game. Like, hands down. I just love how cool it looks. But we're gonna be fighting a Tobikadachi. Yeah. This is another, like, track gathering section. We should still have Nargacuga out. Yep. Gonna go invis here for a bit. And we're gonna want to have Nargacuga anyways for the next area, so we're gonna keep riding it. Just kind of saves on that menuing.
Yeah. And then, like JalBagel said earlier, it is just a little bit faster than our other monsters. I think it's like a little more than 10% faster.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
Please pick it up.
So yeah, the good thing is we don't have to gather any items here, so we're just gonna do the track gathering alone, and then we're just gonna head straight to Tobikadachi.
Scaring me.
Just and there's that one. Nice.
Oh my gosh, please. Alright, onwards to Toby. Toby starts speeds. We're going to use Yankuku for a little bit, and we have to go through an entire rage cycle before we can topple him. His knockdown is on his tail. So we got to go through the whole enrage cycle. Just got to survive everything. It's pretty easy to tank all this stuff. Hoping that changes Avenia's AI there. Please and thank you. It didn't. We're going to be aiming at its leg, though. That's its weak spot right now. Oh, nice crit. Straight out the gate.
Nice. Yeah, so we won't be able to hit the tail until after the electrify move.
Mm-hmm. It's more of the status quo stuff, right? You just got to keep on going through and attacking these. This fight, there really isn't much strategy on. The next fight, there is, so it's at least a little bit more entertaining as far as like decision making goes. But this one's really straightforward. Once he enrages, I start riding, and then he starts to use tech. And we're just going to carry this all the way through it, doing Electrify and everything. I mean, once it gets built up to level 3, then we'll probably use it, to be honest. And then we can switch, depending on what's doing next. Yeah, so it's going to electrify now, so we're just switching a turn early before it does its form change. And then it's going to be switching to power attacks, so we'll be keeping it up with speed. And then everyone at full health survives this next attack. Even Avenia, who's at like half right now, will survive. This next attack doesn't really do that much damage, contrary to what it looks like. Huh, okay, now Avenia dies. But I really don't care. She can take the heart.
Oh, or she could just heal herself.
That works too. And everyone lives. So the tail hitbox is now available, so we're going to switch back to Yankuku and begin targeting the tail. This is a very straightforward fight. Come on, guys. Technical. Don't you know any better? Technical.
Read the room.
Don't you know? Ooh, nice crit.
Ooh, nice crit though.
Yeah. You unfortunately are using the wrong thing, so we'll switch to Boldrum. Since it enraged, it's now switched over to Tech, and that if it targeted me, I would have stayed out there with Cuckoo just to get to the kinship. Unfortunately, we can't do that. We're gonna get a topple on it during this enrage cycle though, which is nice. We're just gonna reset it back to the beginning so we can use Cuckoo again.
Look at that. Nice. So now we get all these crits, big damage, big numbers here.
Actually, we'll just take that. Oh, whoops, that was the wrong thing. That's okay.
Look at that.
Oh, I love it.
My goodness. All right, and look at that. It's already drooling.
Avenia, please. Use the right attack.
You gotta show them how it's done sometimes.
Yeah. What is nice, though, is that she will get kinship here. Oh, no, that's Snow Spray. Never mind. She will not get kinship here. They will here, though, using 2 power attacks like that.
Nice. What?
Sick crit.
Huh. Alright. This should take it out.
Nice.
Look at that.
Very good fight.
Perfect.
All right. Back. Hey, guess what we're doing? Back to Kuon.
All right, now the chief is probably good, right? Like we've done.
No, we're
a lot of what he
definitely
wanted.
done. We're definitely done helping now. I mean, there's
look at that.
nothing else that he could possibly ask us to do.
We even got him the windmill parts he wanted. Like,
Yeah. What's
what
he want
else
us to
could he
do?
want?
Build a windmill?
So we are going to be building the Tobikadachi bow here. Look at that.
74? What? That's so much.
God. Oh man, that really is a lot, huh?
I'm gonna sell Paolumu. Not you.
Not the Tobies.
Not the Toby stuff. I'm just selling it all. Since
I
I'm
was
there.
gonna say I might as well get a little bit more. All right, awesome.
That's gonna help a little bit on the next quest. Just having that slightly more DPS for on a piercing weapon is really nice for the next fight. So Chief Doll definitely doesn't have anything else for us to do, except for going and fighting a Kazu.
Yeah, spoilers. We now have to go fight a Kazu. So now we're just gonna be going to Jagged Rock Cave. Again, fast travel. Gotta love it.
Gotta love fast travel.
Because who needs to walk, honestly?
Walking's for people without fast travel, obviously.
Yeah. When you have the catavan at your fingertips, I mean, anything's possible.
Public transit, man. Telling you.
A lot better
Away.
than LA public transit. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead straight over to Jagged Rock Cave. This is another we're just gonna go straight to the back of the cave. You're doing your best.
Oh god, I hate these paths so much. This is my least favorite area. It's so confusing.
We're also gonna be on the lookout for even more gold mining nodes, because as you could saw earlier, what you seen earlier, we really desperately need money, especially when we have to keep selling our stuff.
I crit that crit small, because you know crit.
Because
Good.
crit's always nice. And then we are gonna use a hot mist here because we do have that frostbite status on us.
Cold areas do be cold.
Wild how that works. Look at that, just scream right past them.
That's how I go grocery shopping. I walk in, I yell, everyone walks away from me. It's great.
Free shopping
Pro
experience.
strat. Yeah.
And this is just a straight line forward. No gold mining nodes yet, though. Interesting.
Yeah, they are not very common in this area, unfortunately. There's one all the way over there, not doing that.
Nope. That is out of the way.
Hello, Jade Baroth. Just using Pookie to roar to get them to stop moving towards us, and then immediately switching back to Bull to then continue rushing. Really cool strategy.
And now here's Kazu.
All right.
The
This fight's awful.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that started out perfectly incorrect. I don't think I have 13, do I? Nope, I don't. So we have to switch to Ratha really quick. Yeah, I gotta play around with that opener. It's using technical attacks right now, so I need to win these head-to-heads to start building up kinship. But I would much rather that kinship be on Boldrome right now, because he's the one that actually gets to do kinship attacks. We will be using Ratha, though, just not until this thing enrages. When it enrages, while its head is still intact, it's going to use 2 roar attacks and then Thunderfield, which is all of that stuff is AoE. It's just going to hit everyone constantly. We've been picking up life suits and life powders throughout the run for this fight in particular, because it deals so much AoE damage. It deals so much damage to everyone all at once that we need all of the healing that we can get. Avinia is also going to help with that since she is a healer type. She is going to continue to help heal us as we all get damaged. The only other problem about that roar is that it inflicts a status called down, and down has a chance to just stop you from attacking for a turn, or acting for a turn. Now that we are damaged, Avinia is going to try to heal us. We have this life suit to help out too, so that'll get us half, and then Avinia will get us the other half. That puts everyone back at full, so we can survive the next roar.
Yeah. So our goal right now is to break that head so we can stop that roar attack. Because essentially what's going to have its AI do is that instead of roar, it's going to start doing just regular power attacks. It'll still hold that Thunderfield attack though, so that is something we have to be on the lookout for.
We're on a really good light pace for this, because then now we just switch right back to Boldrome. We're at 92%, which feels, at 92 kinship, 92%, which feels really good. Because now we're just going to be focusing on getting this head break. And then we want to use the kinship attack in rage, yeah, to stop the Thunderfield.
Oh, get the hard.
I'm gonna let her do it on her own.
There it is. All right. So now no more roar, so we don't have to worry about that, which is nice. So now we just have to focus on avoiding that Thunderfield. So now it's enraged. So it's going to do 2 power attacks. Oh, nice, Avinia. Thank you for being so amazing right now.
Avinia, no. You got kinship too early. Why didn't you lose that? It's okay. Because I'm just going to delay this a turn. We could survive it. I'd rather just delay this a turn and play it safe. And then cancel that.
Yeah. Got a power class, let's go.
And then right back to power attacks.
Yep. And then just rinse, cycle, repeat. Yeah, so this is the fun thing about this run too, is that like you always have to adapt to whatever your battle buddy AI is gonna do. So right there earlier, they did have to do their kinship attack, so we kind of had to play around that. Hey, look at that, Kazu's almost dead.
And getting max rewards on this Khezu is really important too, because we're going to build one of its weapons, and then we'll be using another one as backup. But as long as we can build its great sword, we'll be very happy. And once again, just playing this safe, I probably could kinship here and end the fight. I am too afraid of this Thunderfield attack, though. This thing has ended so many runs. We just need to play it safe. Nice. And he actually played it out perfectly.
Awesome.
That looks okay. That Thunder Sack that we got at the end actually isn't used for weapons, unfortunately. So we should still be okay on crafting materials, though. All right, now the hard fight. This is the run killer. Remember how I just said Khezu's the run killer? No, this is the true run killer.
So before we do that, we are going to turn in some more quests to get more money. And then we're also going to be activating the Adamant Charm. What that essentially does is that it gives us a nice defense boost, because the next fight is not fun.
Yeah, this just helps a little bit with survivability. But it gives us an 8% defense bonus. Oh. It seems small. That's because it is, but it does help a little bit.
Any little bit counts.
Every time you survive with 1 health, you can thank that adamant charm.
So now the chief's gonna be like, "Hey, glowing holes? I know about that." We're now gonna go to another glowing hole.
Oh, we've seen those before.
So we are gonna be fast traveling out, and then we're gonna start heading over to Lavina Glacial Peaks.
The top of the mountain.
Yeah, we're actually gonna see our favorite pubbers right now, who's also a royal monster. So we're not gonna engage him with him at all, because he hurts a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
God, you gotta love sharp turns.
Yeah, I just gotta.
Oh God!
It is okay.
I don't know about that. That's
Guys,
like the
did you see that pedestrian just run out in front of my car? Oh my gosh.
Huh,
Dude,
that
what
like
was that? Yeah, so much for
the
right of way.
pubbers.
Hey, puppy. Bye, puppy.
Yeah.
Man, use a crosswalk next time. Look left, right, and then left again, dude. Come on. That'd be a lesson for you.
So through the glacial peaks, we are going to be picking up a couple more healing items, some more life powders, and also go through a feline burrow. But hey, we came up with this brand new way of traveling. If you're ever in this area.
Yeah, public transportation. Caravans ain't got nothing on this. Welcome to natural transportation.
Yeah, here we just want to use nature to your advantage and just travel somewhere really quickly. Well, we came up with a brand new way of doing that. And it's called geysers.
What? Stopped running. Got tired. See those 2 life powders there? Life powders are super important, especially for later in the run. We will 100% be using a lot of these all the time. Kind of need them. Hey, look, it's natural transportation, aka nature's bidet. We're gonna stand on this geyser and get launched to the other side of the mountain. Woo!
Don't mind how we land.
Don't try this at home.
Every time.
I love this game so much. Oh, I love this game so much.
Hey, we're gonna do that a couple more times, by the way.
But we skip all the animations, so that's the only one that we watch.
Yeah.
Leave us alone, Jade Baroth, please. Yeah, don't try that at don't try that like in a national park or anything like that. Just don't do that.
So this
Well,
is gonna
there
be a
goes
stream.
my summer plans.
I know, right? Might as well cancel that trip to Yellowstone because there ain't no reason anymore. All right, we're good.
We're fine.
Everything's fine. Those raptors are just getting in my way.
Man, weird how they just run right in front of you.
Weird. When they do that.
So this is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna go all the way through, but we are gonna come across our second feline burrow, which is also gonna give us more life powders and also safety save, which we're probably gonna need because our encounter rate has gone up.
Only by 2. I think we're actually pretty safe. I think we're still in the good encounter rates because we're only up 2 right now. Still think this is safe. But even still, I mean, we always take the safety save. This fight's really, really difficult. Just a difference in the decision of the AI can ruin this fight. You're going to notice that we're level 15, and so is that file too. That's because I practice this fight a lot. But something about safety saving, if you use any materials beforehand, any consumable items, any status that is on you goes away when you reload the game, even if you saved with it active. So, wow, look at that, thread the needle. The way we overcome that is by just using those materials after the safety save. So if we reload, all we have to do is just reuse it really quick, and we maintain, you know, that item.
So one thing to note about this fight, 1, it is very difficult. 2, we are now fighting not 1, but just 2 monsters. But the unique feature that this monster battle has is that they have a move called Formation, where they kind of become one monster instead. So we are going to try to focus as much damage on the Celtis Queen as possible, but once it goes into formation, we are going to try to focus on breaking that formation, which is pretty much doing damage on the Celtis itself.
Good AI so far. We didn't get the double head-to-head here, which means we are going to miss having kinship before formation, so we're going to have to kind of bank on AI after this. When it enters formation, it does a power attack and an acid spray. We are hoping that's going to target me with the... that actually works, because you do have this. Yeah, and information is power. We just need to make sure that we target that Celtis, and then we can still win a head-to-head like this and get our kinship attack, which is going to help us remove that Celtis. The other big problem, too, is that the next attack that it does in the chain here is something called Celtis Spear, and it's 2 incredibly heavy-hitting attacks that we cannot counter. We have to either dodge, guard, or cancel it using the kinship. Nice broken part there. We want Celtis to enrage. Tragic. Okay, welcome to bad AI. We need to switch to Yon Cuckoo. So what's going to happen here is we're going to be fighting three attacks a turn now. Oh wait, we get lucky. Enrage. No, you're stuck in this. It's going to use Pheromone Gas. Celtis Queen's going to use Pheromone Gas. It's going to pull up another Celtis, and immediately after it uses this, it's going to enrage. When it's enraged, it does 2 speed attacks. The third attack it does is a speed and then a charged breath attack. Everything is scary and wants to hurt us. Everything. Literally everything. This Cuckoo is attacking this thing in a way that I don't want it to, but I don't want to spend any kinship.
Yeah, so this is when we really have to start focusing on what moves we need to start doing, what kinship moves or skill attacks we want to use and not use, especially to conserve some of that kinship ability. Oh, that hurt.
It always does.
So Vinny is going to give us that life suit, so it's going to give us some,
yeah, I just have
some
to
of the
do
health
this by myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend any kinship. I'm trying to build up as much as I can, and so not manipulating the monster's AI using the monster skill is probably the best course of action. We can take 1 heart on this quest. I'd rather not. Just see what Celtis Queen targets here. Oh no, that's right. Yes, that's the charged breath attack. And since we have our ride, we can take that ride and then use it to stop the charged breath. Aiming at the head. Charged breath is a heavy hitting attack that hits everyone, and as long as the red aura drops around the face, it's dropped out of enrage and goes back to tech attacks, which is ideal. Ow. Yes, alright, good.
Nice.
Oh god!
You good there, kid?
No, my arm.
Yeah, these QTEs are something else. The one we don't really like are the air battles, because not only not only do they require us to mash buttons, but we also have to be in that animation for quite a long time.
They take the longest. Ah.
Yeah.
Avinia, please! Heal yourself! Fix yourself, girl! Alright, this thing's enraged now, which is kind of annoying, but we are just going to ignore it. We can't get the head-to-head with Bull Drums, we're just going to ignore it. Instead, we're just going to take this hit and hope it doesn't touch me.
Yeah, my girl, you need to do something.
Ow. Ow.
Ow.
Avinia. Avinia! Please use formation. That'd be the best thing that could happen for us. Hey, formation. All right, because that also is going to stop Celtis Jet, which is really nice, and that's Celtis's enrage combo ender thing. Ooh, nice. Everyone's fine. Crab Rave.
All right.
And this is power now.
Yeah.
So good. God, you were
Look at
so
that.
good. I'm just really taking my time with this fight because it can go horribly, horribly wrong. We make a single mistake, we can lose 2 hearts in a turn. And recovering from that is very, difficult. All right. So, we are going to lose hearts this turn. It's going to do 2 Celtis Spears. So we're going to evade, so we only lose 1 heart this turn. I'm hoping that it targets me, because this will... Yes! All right,
nice.
And then the next one...
Oh, let's go.
Oh, wait. It's because we broke the leg. That's right.
Yeah. Alright, so this is the second one.
It usually does them on the same turn, but because I broke the leg, it now separates them. Oh, let's go.
Noted.
I don't care. I no longer care.
That is totally fine.
I'll take that attack every day of the week. Get down. All right, enrage, please.
Let's go.
Please enrage. Thank you.
Let's
Oh my
go.
gosh, it's the good AI. When it
so
enrages, it's so much easier to deal with.
Yeah, so now that it's enraged but it doesn't have the formation, it's going to be using a lot of just speed attacks, so we're going to take advantage of that.
Oh, we'll just kill it.
And it's dead.
Ooh, all right. Not losing to that is great, because losing to that loses 6 minutes, and that was actually a decent fight.
Let's go.
All right, cool. So that's that hole. Back to Kuon. When in doubt, just go back to Kuon. Whew, that feels good.
Yeah, that was really, really well done.
All right, we're gonna go right back there.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go to the chief again and be like, "Hey, we took care of the whole problem," and he's like, "Cool," and we're like, "All right, well, can you help us out with our problem, which is our little Ratha?" And he's like, "You know what? You could go check out Old Dede, and Old Dede is from the first game as well, and we're gonna go ahead and talk to them and see if we can figure out how to bond with our Ratha."
Oh wait, this is an easy fight. Let's go.
Yeah, you got the.
Oh my gosh, this is an easy
Bunny.
fight. Oh goodness, I get to relax for once. Yeah, the next couple of fights are actually really, really straightforward. It's not until we get to the next area, Lemur, that we have like two difficult fights in there. And the funny thing about those difficult fights, it's that they're hunter battles. They're not even like regular battles. Or they're other rider battles.
Yeah.
All right, so this area is now open for us. So we get to go and explore. Oh, go this way. I almost forgot. And then back. All right, we're good.
Look at that. Not even worried.
And we are gonna have to use Pookie here. No.
No
Not even
shot.
a little bit. Easiest clap of my entire life. I saw the line and I took it.
So before we talk to Odede, we gotta fight a huge bunny.
It's Wabbit season.
But this fight is pretty straightforward. Like we said, it's gonna use a lot of speed attacks, and then once it ranges, it's gonna go for power. But we're gonna be focusing on the leg to just get that topple.
Oh yeah, this fight's really easy. I could probably close my eyes and do this fight.
I would not recommend that.
I have no idea who it's targeting. I have no idea which option I'm on. The entire time would just be in the dark. I don't think I can do it. Now that I know
Yeah,
something
no.
about it.
Too much RNG to take into consideration for that one. But we are getting really good AI here because it has been focusing on us for a while. Oh, and there it is.
Yeah, it's
So Frostfang is going to get a draw on this battle, which is totally fine. We'll take it. Frostfang is a tough champ. All right. And then now that it's enraged, we are going to be focusing on some speed attacks. Look at that.
yeah, because once we get to level 3 here, we're just going to use it, break that leg. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use it on the knockdown.
I was going to say you probably just use it on
I
the
probably
KO.
can. As long as this hits the leg. Oh, yes, and we get one more power attack here.
Let's go. Look at that.
Nice.
All right.
And she also got kinship. You guys like big
All right,
numbers?
So this is actually going to be pretty huge.
Ooh.
12-11. Okay. And the power clash. Let's go.
50% kinship again. Let's go, baby. Right back into
Look at that.
Rather than target me. No, wait. Back
Come
over
back.
here. Oh, gosh. She gets even so much kinship off of a draw. What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Hit me.
Ooh, nice crit.
Oh my goodness. No, she's gonna lose that one. She's not paying attention. Venia. Please don't enrage yet, and if you do, target me. Please target me.
No.
That works.
Actually, yeah. No, you're good. Look at that. Not even worried.
I was like numbers.
You like jazz?
So this is the difference between a level 3 and a level 1's 200 damage.
And
still really
that's
good.
one dead bunny. That's actually a really good fight.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. That was real good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is old Didi. We won't see him yet. We'll see him in the next cutscene. He tells us to figure it out on our own. More or less.
Yeah. He's like,
He
you know
really-
what? You got this, right? And we're
Yeah,
like,
he really does
okay.
just tell us, like, hey, there's a new pit, and go figure that out. And we're like, fine, I guess.
Yeah. Again, the theme of this game is holes, featuring Shia LaBeouf.
Well, starring Shia LaBeouf. Love that movie.
Great movie. Great book. Also, here's more geysers.
It's a book.
Yes.
Oh,
Dude,
I had no idea.
you're kidding.
Dude, I've read like 3 books in my life. I've been reading The Hobbit for like 10 years, man.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're just stuck on The Hobbit, so I don't
I
blame
really
you.
am. There's only one book, and it's The Hobbit.
So on the way over to the next hole and the next fight, we are going to be picking up some more heals. We're going to be getting 2 more Mega Potions. And then I think we're actually going to be skipping this Feline Burrow.
Yeah, I don't do this burrow anymore.
Yeah. See, I'm learning. Learning. Oh, okay, gold fragment, nice. So this next fight's actually pretty interesting. It's technically a 2-parter, kind of similar to the Basarios fight. So we are going to be fighting an ice chicken, aka Legiana. And
Weird. Again,
yeah, wild.
just like in the other speedrun we
World.
just watched.
Yeah. Starting to see a theme here.
Wait, you're telling me these are both Monster Hunter games? I had no idea.
I thought this was just reskinned Pokemon. Let's go. So with Legiana, it's a pretty straightforward fight, or at least for the first engagement, because it is going to be mostly doing speed. Essentially, it's like another DPS, right? Because what we're trying to do is to try to get Legiana to its rage raid state. So yeah, speed is the name of the game here. So we are going to be using technical, and that's why we bring out our best bird.
Oh yeah, we can see that. Great AI so far. Getting all 3 of these head-to-heads would be really good. So that'll give us ride during the enrage. Hey, that works. You.
Do that. Alright, so now that we got our kinship, we're just gonna go ahead and just level this up. Oh, hey, look, it's Ingi. So now it's gonna be using power moves, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over to speed.
I hope Avinia uses a single skill. Not just set up kinship here. It's gonna be a turn too early, unfortunately. Oh, she's healing me. Oh.
Let's go.
Lavinia, I love you. I just needed to have full health here because the attack that it does next is called Frozen Tail Sweep, which hits everyone, and if we get knocked off, I'll be very upset. Because
but now that it's in the air, we're going to go ahead and focus on the wings so that we can knock it back down again and get that KO. Look at that. Perfect.
Yeah, a level 1 kinship attack even does it, but just having level 3 just feels so much nicer.
It feels good, man.
And we do want to make sure that we get part breaks on Legiana. This is a bow that we want to make. And then there's the air showdown! Yay! This animation takes so long. What book do you guys read?
To do this.
What book do you guys read during the aerial clash animation? And why is it holes?
Men.
Oh.
This man finds out that the book is there and now wants to read it. So now that we've essentially knocked it back out of the air, so now we're just gonna repeat the cycle again. That icy roar is actually its attack up, but I think we're actually gonna get
we're done.
There it is, rage rate. Yeah. And that's the first fight. Hey, those windmills, I hope they're okay still.
Yeah, I know. It'd be really good to see those again. Hope we can go back to Kuon soon and see those.
I just want to take another look at them.
We
just
Ratha, what did you do?
So essentially what happens in the story is that Ratha gets a little bit angry and can't control its rage as being a little angsty teenager like we all were at one time or another, and decided to burn down our favorite windmills.
No.
The villagers are not happy with that, by the way. So now we're going to go back to Old Dede and be like, hey, our Ratha just burned down the windmills. Can you kind of help us out here? And what does he do? He bonks our Ratha on the head.
Just bumps him on the head.
Just
That's
bonks him.
it. And that works.
Yeah. And somehow bonking actually makes it where we're able to get kinship with Ratha now. Wild.
This game's cool. Skip me that safety save because I do not need it. This fight's too easy.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and fight Legiana 2 Frozen Boogaloo, I guess is what we're gonna call that now.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So and essentially it's again it's gonna be straightforward. It is gonna be its rage rate, so it is gonna do a little bit more damage as well. But the fight doesn't really change much until it starts doing its icy roar, because like I said, that pretty much buffs its attack and it hurts a lot.
It actually starts out with the icy roar and then immediately enrages, so we just have to pay attention to our health because we're going to be going for an early kinship ride too. Just got to pay attention to what's happening, make sure that we don't lose the things that we are focusing on. Man, you are in the way. The way you have found it, and you stood inside of it. You stood the most in the way that you possibly could. How rude.
Even though we are intruding its environment, but it's still its fault.
It's in my way.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all like Kezu? What if it were red?
Oh god, that bug.
You're not worried about him.
But yeah, now we're just gonna fight Legiana here.
Legiana 2. So like I said, we're going to start with Nargacuga, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing. We can actually get another head break on it, which is pretty funny. So we're going to try to do that. Nice crit.
Nice
right out the gate. Sick.
Yeah.
It's big. But it's going to Icy Roar, and it's going to Enrage. So it's doing power attacks, and we really don't care. We just want to hit it a bunch. We want to build up our kinship as fast as possible. Avinia.
My sister in Christ, please.
Avinia!
Okay.
Not like this! This is going to make a very difficult flying phase.
All right, so now it's gonna do his
she
frozen
did
tail
was
sweep,
heal.
and yeah, this is gonna hurt quite a bit now.
Ow!
Yep. Yeah. Anyways, here's a flying Legiona now.
We can use
but
Ratha
now that it's
at least.
Yeah, now we can use Ratha, and we're gonna go ahead and attack it with some power moves. And again, just like we did in the earlier fight, we're gonna focus on those wings so we can get that knockdown. Oh, Frostwind, please. Oh, please.
What's really unfortunate is that he does just die here, losing that head-to-head, and he always loses that head-to-head.
Yeah.
And this is annoying too because we don't get to get the part break damage on it. It skips an entire turn. We don't get head-to-head. We don't get kinship. We just have to keep tapping this idiot over and over again and hoping that we get enough kinship to break the wings soon. It is also doing double attacks, but I do not care. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, game. It's going to come back out of this unenraged, so we're going to switch to Yankuku now just to start building up our kinship. And back aiming at the head. Whack.
Nice.
Whack.
Nice.
Whack.
Look at that.
And big number. How do you look at all of your companions who are all using technical and you go, ah yes, power.
Power. Oh. Well, the good thing is
you too.
Get this.
Yeah, I can switch Cuckoo over so they can get a double attack here. So we both get a little bit of kinship.
It's gonna get another early kinship here.
That's okay. That's just damage now.
It actually stops at tail sweep, so we actually get one more turn before that. Do you live through this?
Yes, I do. No Icy Roar. So it does like a third of the damage. Flying is power.
Yeah.
Nope, flying is tech. I'm an idiot. I looked at the wrong one. It's okay though.
There it is.
Tech. So yeah, that works. All right, cool.
Oh,
She figured it
let's
out.
go.
She's doing it. But we're gonna absolutely play it safe here. Oh, we were so close. Because it's also gonna do its flight finisher, which we just don't want to deal with. Freezing burst. Just say no. Knock out of the air. And then rinse, repeat.
Yep.
That right there is one cycle. Because now we want to
actually
switch
get
back to Nargacuga.
Yeah, we actually get big damage from the kinship off of Avinia.
She's done 4 kinships. Hello? She's insane. She's cracked out of her mind. Oh, let's go.
Now it's enraged, so now we got the power. Oh, Nargacuga, you amazing, beautiful kitty.
Kibby. Nice, the other cat's doing good too.
Oh, look at that.
They're doing
even
it. They've
worried.
learned. They figured it out.
They know the game.
I don't want to get knocked off.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably get off of that. So now we're gonna see the tail sweep, so it's gonna go back up in the air after this. They're gonna draw that, but that's fine.
No, we're just gonna knock him out of the air.
Yeah, or kill it.
Yep. Yeah, a level 1 from a level 1 kinship attack from any. Oh no, that was a rare part. That's unfortunate. That was a trade-in item. But a level 1 from any of the kinship attacks just always knocks out of the air. All right, we're going into our last area. So whilst all of that happened too, another organization called the Scriveners Guild was watching us from afar and has decided that we cannot control the power of Ratha. They're going to take him, study him, keep him under lock and key. They've kidnapped our dog, so we have to get it back.
Yeah. But before we do any of that, we're actually gonna go ahead and get some quests out of the way. We're gonna talk to Best Girl right here, the Pookie fangirl. All she wants in her life is to see a Pookie. Hey, we have
Same.
a Pookie.
Honestly, though, same. All I want to do is just see a Pookie.
Yeah. So we're gonna accept that, but then we're gonna go over here and turn in a bunch of the quests that we just did. Get all that money. Hey, look at that. That quest that we were talking about has now been done. And then we're going to go ahead and activate our buying charm here because we're going to be forging 3 new pieces of weapons. The Kezu Greatsword, the Celtis Hammer, and the Legiona Bow. Hopefully we did get enough parts from Legiona to be able to build that.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Our backup is Kezu. Nice,
Ooh, nice,
trade-ins.
66.
Oop, it's not you.
Wrong one.
Alright, we were short on that, so we have to do Bag of Horrors.
One little thing about the Kezu weapons is that they kind of take the face of the monster Kezu. So that Kezu hammer does in fact have a head of a Kezu on it. And it makes weird noises.
It does make weird noises.
As we're going to see. We're also going to buy some Sonic Bombs here. Those are going to be a nifty tool that are going to be used later on in the next couple of... actually, in the fights that come after the next couple of fights.
We're going to be using them in a bit.
Yeah.
But that's all of the upgrading that we're going to do in this run. So anything else that we would do that would be like additional money or parts or anything like that, we really don't need anymore. Because we're going to use these weapons all the way to the end of Flight Percent, which this is the last area of Flight Percent, but we still got a couple of quests to do. This area still goes by really fast because we actually don't go back to Lucian but one time, and then after that we are just out in the wild. It's actually a really neat segment because we end up like maintaining our health and hearts really well throughout it, and that's just from all of the prep that we've done up to this point.
So you may have noticed that we now have a new battle buddy, and his name is Roberto. The really unique thing about Roberto is that he is a hunter. So instead of having a battle buddy where we have both Rider and Monsty, he just uses his big old sword to attack. The neat thing about him, though, is that he is going to charge up his kinship attack up to 3. So that actually helps us out in terms of dealing massive amounts of damage.
The other nice thing, too, is that there's one less target on the field for monsters to target, and we can get double attacks with him as well. All right, good.
Oh, good.
But we can get double attacks with him as well, so between Boldrome, him, and ourselves, we actually have a lot of opportunities to get double attacks, and hunters are actually intelligent, unlike riders who, you know, want to do literally anything else other than win. I don't get it.
Yeah. We just don't question anymore. So this is Plessioth. Plessioth's a pretty straightforward fight. It is a tech monster, so we are going to be using a lot of the power moves that we have. We are going to be focusing... God.
Crit immediately. Look at him go.
We are going to focus on the back for some damage.
No. Roberto, you were the chosen one. Don't go to sleep. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, so Plessioth does have this status afflicted move called Sleep, which it does exactly what it sounds like. It puts us to sleep, so we're not able to attack for a turn.
Roberto, please, I was just talking you up.
But you may notice, though, even though he is losing those head-to-heads, he is still doing almost 200 damage.
Yup.
So, you know, big beefy hunter here.
Actually, it's targeting Roberto. I don't care.
Yeah, it's doing that jet. Oh, yeah, 3 health. He's fine.
Enough. And now he's at full.
So like we said, this fight's pretty straightforward. We're now back to tech, so now we're just going to keep focusing on that. Look at that. Big number. And now that's in rage, we're going to switch back over to speed.
Please continue using speed, Roberto. I love you.
Oh, look at you.
I love you, Roberto. Never change. I take back everything bad that I said. No, Roberto, wait! Not like this. Target him instead, not me. He can survive. I can't. No, not like this. It's okay, though. I don't care.
Yeah,
we have plenty of resources right now. Die.
Yeah.
Dang. That's okay.
It's fine. We could take a hit.
Oh.
Yeah, so it is now drooling, so we are getting close to slaying it. Nice. Might kill it? Look at that.
Man, one turn to save that heart. Oh well. Because we aren't going back to Lucian yet, we have to go and investigate another area first. So like that's why conserving a heart there would have been nice, but it's not necessarily needed because the next fight is very straightforward.
Yeah, so now we're gonna be going to the desert cave.
Very unique name. It's the cave in the desert.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, it's called
really
Monster
thought these
Hunter.
out.
It's called Monster Hunter. Like, what do you expect?
When they literally put what you're doing in the game as the title, don't expect too much. So we are going to be picking up 3 more Sonic Bombs here. And then we're also going to find out what monster is just chilling in here.
Oh boy, Cephalos. I hope a larger one isn't here.
Smile.
Smile.
And then these are the Sonic Bombs that we're going to get. Look at Roberto doing his best, just trying to come
He's trying to keep up so badly. It's like, guys, please slow down.
No.
Uh-oh.
I thought you had that. That would have been... Oh, just squeeze all the way through. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, that line's a little difficult, especially with 4 Cephalos just hanging out in that corridor, and you have to go through that way. Hello, Purple Sponge. Love that boy.
Best boy.
Hardest movement in the game right here, at least in my opinion. Crap! Alright, we're good.
Whoop. Fine. Look at that.
Did I say
And
hardest?
just
I
go
meant
straight in?
easiest. Okay. I
All right.
wonder where the monster's at.
Huh. It's not here. Maybe we're good.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. So here's Zephadrome.
Here he comes, menacingly. All right, and that's over. We need Yankuku. It is a speed monster, and we're gonna switch once again to piercing.
Yeah. So remember
Glacial
those
Arrow
Sonic
is
Bombs
good.
that we were collecting earlier? So we are actually going to be using that when it decides to use the move Ground Dive. It's essentially just digging into the sand. When the monster does that, we're just going to say no and use the Sonic Bomb so then it pops back up. It does give it what's called the trap animation. Unfortunately, it does not work similar to a KO where we can get some crits in, but it does let us do some damage to it regardless.
Unstoppable is such a good move.
Look at that bird do its best.
Hello, that's in the wrong spot now. I wonder why that's there, huh?
Oh, the flash bombs.
Oh yeah, the flash bombs. I never just grabbed a flash. Interesting. I hope that doesn't come to bite me in the butt later. We'll do our best.
Just got a menu. Look at that damage, though.
Oh, he is so good at this game.
So now we got our kinship, so we're just gonna ride this and just level up a little bit more. But yeah, this fight's pretty straightforward. The only other thing that we have to worry about is when it does its ground dive, but that's not really nothing to batterize at. Once it is enraged, though, it is gonna start using some technical moves, so we're gonna go ahead and counteract that with some power.
Oh, Roberto, I love you so much. He is so good at this game, dude. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Big number.
And a breathless.
Roberto
Nice.
is the best boy, and I'm so happy we end the game with him.
Nice. So he's gonna do another ground dive. So of course, what do we say to a monster that decides to dig in the ground?
Get out.
Nice. So now we're going to be focusing on the stomach, which is weak against blunt weapons, so we are going to be using the hammer here. Oh, look at that. It's almost dead anyways.
Had to think about that for a second.
Thinking. My video game?
Yes, more likely than you think.
Oh, Roberto, you are so good. Oh, wait, never mind. You changed your... Dang.
Oh, Roberto, you are so smart. You are so good at this game. Immediately change his mind. Oh, Roberto, you tragically have become stupid.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, look at that. Done. Easy.
Kyle is not best boy. We don't talk about Kyle. This is flight percent. He doesn't exist.
Yeah, we don't acknowledge that man. So now that we took care of the Sephir Dome here, we're gonna go ahead and go back to Lelouchian to talk to Lilia really quick.
Lilia's from the first game, and one of my favorite characters in this game. I love her.
Up.
Such a glow up. Also, absolute banger that is Lelouchian Town music.
Yeah.
So good. Such a
so now they're having a change of heart of like, you know what, maybe the writer isn't too bad after all. Maybe they could actually do what they could handle Ratha.
Oh, it's not even that. We eavesdropped to find out where Ratha was.
Oh, that
Not even that. We committed a crime.
It's okay though. It's a child's game. It's okay.
Yeah, because they're committing a crime.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go to a lab where Ratha is being held. So we are gonna be traversing through the desert.
Before that happens, though, we get ambushed. Oh no, it's the rider fight. These are traditionally difficult. This one we kind of trivialize. It's still hard. See to make sure that these attacks are being lined up in the right way. Wow, everything is attacking Pookie Pookie. I hope this goes well. But our strategy here is to attack this group to the left, the Nargacuga and its rider. We want to put in as much sweeping damage to everything as we can. So we're going to be... Oh, wait, you're already using Tail... No, you're not. Okay. We want to use Tailspin here, which hits everything. And then I'm going to use Charge Cut to build up a second gauge. Live, thank you. But you can see this Pookie's going to hit everyone for a decent amount of damage. Nice. I don't get my head-to-head anymore, but that is okay. Doesn't matter. Already got my attack in with him. Charge Cut. Feels good.
Nice.
And then now we are going to do this again. So the nice thing is that the riders are always going to target... Oh, I don't have enough kinship for that. That is... that. Let's make sure we win this. I need the kinship. Ideally, I would have kept focusing or done a wide, true wide slash, which is what I really wanted to do there. Doesn't matter.
Oh, nice.
Pookie is just too good at this game.
Yeah. Right. And now fight 2 versus a Tigrex and another hunter.
Same thing. Same exact thing.
Yeah, this is why we keep Pookie along, not only for the roar ability it has, but also this tailspin that just does the AoE attacks. Or party-wide attacks.
He's already doing it, PogChamp.
Don't you love it when the monsters just do what you want them to?
Oh my gosh, yes. That should knock
Nice
you
crit.
out. That should knock you out. Thank you.
Let's go. Okay.
Big heal before he gets his stuff off. We're gonna target that guy.
That shit? Oh, nice. Ah, I thought the poison was gonna help us out there for a bit.
Yeah. I do not care. A crit kinship attack is going to kill me every single time.
That Tigrex is almost dead though.
That's
hey,
good.
look at that.
Stops that lock on.
Be able to knock out the rider here. Oh, does not matter.
Ow! Stop hurting me! 50, 50, 50. Not quite enough. 50? Almost 200? Guys, please. Alright, I actually do have to heal through this now. Yeah. We can actually do this one. I just don't want to lose another heart. We were really close to another KO there. Oh, he's using it.
Oh.
But we should be able to get it here. Nice.
Nice. Well done.
All right. Took a little bit longer than desired, but we got through it. We'll have one more rider fight. That one is significantly more difficult. It's a lot more RNG driven. But now we'll just go ahead and heal up Roberto using a quick heal. And we're down 1 heart right now, which is not too big of an issue. I'm going to get that heart back here in a second. I'm going to use that heart churro that I picked up a while ago. But Enna's like, hey, we have the same idea. Let's go check out the monster research lab. She gets herself kidnapped. So now we have to go and save her, obviously.
Yeah. So the neat thing is, usually on the Ultra percent, we would go to this Ruins Everden to pick up a couple more bottle caps, because this actually has a total of 12 bottle caps, as well as some Vital Essence, but we don't need those because we're just doing the flight percent. So we get to actually just skip this and go straight on forward to the next fight.
What's really funny is that because we're skipping all this stuff, and I've only ever really done these runs in full sessions, I actually don't know what time looks like right now, but because we didn't cart to that, because we didn't lose to that Celtis, I guarantee that with all the things that we're skipping between now and the end of this run, we will get a world record. Just throwing it out there.
just letting people know that, by the way.
We'll most likely get a world record because of it. So that'll be cool. Because, yeah, I mean, we're not going to go out of our way to get any more money. We're not going to do any additional gathering. We're just going to run into these fights. I want to use that heart churro now.
Yeah, as of right now for Arte, we're just a little over 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well.
Oh. That 355 estimate is looking a little high.
So this is Diablos. Hey, it's Rage Raid because more holes. So it's
hey, I'm stupid. I used the wrong attack.
it's gonna be starting off with some power attacks, so we're gonna go ahead and fight it with speed.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight it with speed. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. There we go. That was the wrong one.
That's why we're able to switch. So we are going to be focusing for the legs to get a topple. But one thing to note though is that it is also going to use. It's going to do 2 different attacks. One, it's going to have its ground dive attack, which obviously we already know what to do about that. We just throw sonic bombs because noise hurts. But it also has an attack called Focus Power, and essentially what that does is that it leads into what's called a heavyweight, which does really big damage. So to kind of counteract that, we're going to go ahead and use our kinship attack to stop the heavyweight attack. So there's the ground dive, so obviously we just say, hey, stop it, get out of there.
So right now we're just trying to focus on getting our kinship attack, our kinship built up. It's going to do one more head-to-head, and I hope it targets me, so we can get that, and we will.
Nice.
Beautiful, because immediately after this it will enrage, and we want to make sure that we have our kinship ride for the enrage. Switching up a little bit, we'll be using our technical attacks. Because this is a Rage Raid monster, the knockdown from the leg is actually not going to keep the monster down, unfortunately. So we're just going to keep attacking it over and over and over again. We're just looking for this focus power. It happens after a turn. It looks like we're going to sync up with Roberto perfectly. There's focus power.
So now because heavyweight was coming up, but we're going to use his kinship attack and stop that right there in his tracks. Nice.
1 health in a dream. That's all we need.
Yeah, look at that.
Fixed. There we go. Much better.
Me actually get that. But like I said, because it's Rage Raid, it's just going to come right back up. And then we just keep on going. Do a couple more power attacks, and then it's going to go ahead and do another ground dive. There it is. So now we just throw more noise at it.
Get out of there! And this time, instead of waiting for the heavyweight, we are going to sync our kinship attack up with Reverto's. Should be no problem to do that. Reverto, please. Speed. Speed, my friend.
And he's still doing 478 damage.
No, I know. He's an absolute monstrosity of nature. Sir, just build up the kinship. Sir, just get to level 3, please. Thank you.
Oh, there it is.
Wait.
This should? No, almost.
Oh, you're using the right attack. That's fine. There it is.
There it is. Nice. When in doubt, crit it out.
Not
right.
many fights left. We've only got 3 fights left, actually.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go to this sand ship that they had taken both Rata and Enna in, and we're gonna find out. Hey, I wonder where that sand ship actually went to. Spoilers: it goes to a really large tower that we have to climb up.
How is he doing that?
He's walking towards me.
Okay. Note to self: just don't run into dens, ever.
Yeah, just avoid them.
Apparently.
Easy.
Sand ships do look really cool in this game. Ugh.
Yeah.
We're gonna grab this box up here that has 3 heart churros in it. This next fight can go not well, and we're gonna want those heart churros for after the fact. We could probably get away with just having the vital essence, but we can use the vital essence during combat. We can use these out of combat. So this will be for after the fight, whereas the vital essence will be for during. And we are going to take a safety save here because it is very easy just to get literally triple shot by this thing. So we're just not going to worry about that.
Yeah. So remember that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Well, he had a makeover.
He's got a friend.
He got a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes piercings a lot.
He's got his bling on. So we're actually going to be fighting a Hunter and a Ruby Basarios. And the fight is very,
The fight's difficult.
Yeah.
I have to time my kinships to line up with their kinships because his kinship attack, Laser Ambush, will kill me and Voldrum. And we do have to use power here, Voldrum. Gosh, it's like he didn't get the memo. Because they're technical attacks, so we do have to use power. Make sure that we get lined up with that. We're going to build kinship up, but odds are he won't hit with the lethal tackle. So we're just going to be kind of banking on the fact that we're going to have kinship. Oh, come on, please. And I'm going to be praying that he actually uses a power attack for once and hits. But this boy is kind of tanky. So we just kind of got to get through until, you know, we can do a larger amount of damage. Right there. Ooh, nice. Please hit, please hit, please hit. Just want to get one attack off. Come on. They are using a life suit themselves, and we're just going to tap this to make sure that we get our kinship. Because next turn they're going to have kinship too. Please, sir. But we have to ride this now. So ambush laser would normally one-shot us. However, we're just not going to let it since we're riding. Oh my gosh, that crit me. And then immediately after that, we're just going to make our decision. I need to hit the Viserios, not this thing. Oh, hey, nice crit.
Oh.
Now please use a power attack. You're targeting the wrong thing, so we have to heal you. That is a true wide slash. Without this heal, He definitely would have died.
Yeah.
Something needs to lose a heart soon, though. You have got to be joking me, dude. You've got to use the right attack here. The nice thing, too, is that Roberto's kinship will always knock out Basarios. Oh my gosh. Please. You not using the right attack is not helping. Just by the way. I do not know who wins this speed tie. I don't want to do that because I'm too scared.
Hopefully Roberto gets through. Come on, Roberto.
Nice. 139 doesn't knock off. So we just have to wait for the ambush laser. But the Basarios' health is going to be really low. Good, he's healing us, so we can do this.
Nice.
Finally.
That's one. Yeah, Ruby Basarius is very tanky, so it is going to take a bit for us to not get damage.
We just lose that fight, oh well. We're still up 3 hearts, so that's okay. He just kind of loses this. Survived, though, that's good. That's a lethal tackle, my friend. How dare you? Please hit, please hit, please hit, please hit, please hit. Yes!
Nice.
Big hit. Now please use a power attack and then attack him. Goodness. Alright, well, we can at least get a double here. $70 would have been 20 net.
Damn.
That's a problem. So we actually didn't get to... we're just going to die no matter what. I wonder if this will work.
Dodge it? Okay. You... Oh.
Yeah, so the poison will always kill me after that, but I'm banking on the kinship gain there. Power attack. Okay, you're going to stay a power attack, and then you are going to get this. If we can double kinship attack here, we kill both of them. That's what I'm banking on right now. I need a double kinship attack. And winning these head-to-heads is really going to help.
Oh,
that's
nice.
good. But I still just have to... I have to keep waiting.
That's crit.
$58. $19. There we go. All right, cool.
Oh, nice.
I just had to play it safe there, just holding my kinship, but we're now past all the hard fights. That's it. Last 2 fights, super easy, super straightforward, very brain dead. This will be very, very comfy run for the rest of this now.
So now the bad guys were like, man, we don't want to mess with you right now, and they decided to just go straight up to the top of the tower.
Yep, they ran away.
So our job is to chase after them. Also, if you ever wonder how a Monstie knocks on a door, that's how they do it.
I don't
see
need
where
these.
You don't. I was gonna say you probably don't need that.
Don't need those. Could have just ran straight to the end.
Yeah, you. Yeah, so essentially on the Otoro percent route, you would pick up those life essences as well as the 13,000 Zenny that just happened to be laying around here because I don't know, they were porting the money.
These guys were rich.
There's also, yeah, whoever built this tower just had money laying around. But there are some sonic bombs south of here that I think we're gonna be picking up.
Yeah, I have to grab them because I only have 2 left over. Just want to make sure that I have enough.
Mm-hmm. But then other than that, that's the last item that we're gonna be picking up here.
Yeah, because I don't really need anything else.
No, you
Cool.
don't need the rest of the money. You don't need that max potion. You're Gucci. Yeah, we're just gonna go all the way to the top.
Knock knock. Kulu's here. Kulu, this is Cuckoo. Dang it. My joke.
It's ruined.
Yeah, this area is kind of large, so navigating around it on Boldrum is the best way to be doing that. There'll be some areas where we're going to use Pookie or Nargacuga instead.
Yeah. The good thing is we're just
here,
gonna go straight to the top. So like, you know, it's just a straight shot to Monoblos right here.
Gotta keep going up.
That-
Go
Wait.
up. The direction that we need to go is upward. Okay?
And we were just a little bit too rotund.
Boomba's too
Happened to just
heavy.
fall through. Yeah. So now we gotta go back up again. Which luckily isn't too difficult. It's just one more elevator right up.
That always happens, by the way.
Yeah, that was scripted.
Hey, you see these idiots that are directly in my way?
We're just gonna scream.
Oh my gosh, why am I doing that?
Why are you doing that?
This is a speed boy, so we're gonna be using Yan Cuckoo going into this.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
This is Monobolos. Banana Net.
love that board game.
So it is a speed monster, so like Obigo said earlier, we are going to use Young Cuckoo to do some technical attacks on it. Hey, more ground dives. Hog. So we're just going to use more sonic bombs.
Yep.
But we're also going to be focusing on the legs as well to get a KO. To get more damage in.
Very good AI here.
Yeah. Look at that.
Next is
Gonna
going to be
keep
the
going
ground
with that.
dive.
And this fight's pretty straightforward. It's essentially the same like the stuff with Drum, where it's just gonna do a couple attacks, enrage, ground dive, and then cycle repeat.
Yep. Get out of the ground. Verto, you scary, scary man.
He's actually doing. Does he switch?
Yeah.
Ah, Roberto. Come on.
I usually don't look for them.
He had it and he just said no.
Yeah.
So now that it's enraged, it is going to use power attack. So we're just going to switch up the speed. Pretty straightforward. And then after this, look at that double kinship, baby. 1526. Let's go, and the topple.
A lot of big
numbers.
crits in here. A lot of big numbers.
Oh, fire class. Let's go. All right, now that it's back up, we're just gonna go ahead and keep attacking it with more technical attacks.
Cuckoo, did you not hear him? He said technical attacks. Stop making him a liar.
Stop making me look bad.
Oh, Roberto. At least he's pretty.
You're doing great, kid. Appreciate you.
You're doing great, kid.
You can see that, yeah, ground dive after this. Oh, God.
Oh god, this dude's just so scary. I love it.
Yeah, it's very nice that we get Roberto during this part of the run because he just does so much damage towards everything else.
Uh-oh. Did that change his AI again? Tragic. It sure did. He was doing the right thing, and then I sabotaged him.
He's gonna tie for this one again. Unfortunate. Look at that, he's almost dead.
Yep, just gotta line up this this kinship attack too, and we will be good to go. Roberto, that wasn't an attack. Hunters gain kinship a little bit differently, but yeah, we're gonna have to just do this first, just to stop that ground dive, and then he'll do one. Let's fight one.
He's gonna. Yeah. It'll end.
Monoblos, thank you.
There it is.
Giving the game some eyes there.
Yeah. All right. We only have one more fight after this.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is more or less a straight
nearing
shot
the
to the top too, which is nice. There's really not much that we have to do. We're just running all the way up.
Yep.
So if there's any other donations or any other announcements, now is a fantastic time for it. We are getting close to being finished with this run too, even though it is way before the estimate that we said. Just throwing that out there. If we only got one more fight, we're probably about, I want to say 6 minutes away from being done.
Oh wow, yeah, you guys ended this run very quick. Oh my goodness.
I warned Strizer. Because we did the practice run last night, and the practice one last night did not go well, and we still finished 15 minutes early, and I was like, hey dude, there might be a problem tomorrow. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it.
We're like, oh, that can happen.
That's fair. Well, no new donations in yet, but I just want to remind everybody that we are raising money for the Canadian Cancer Society. Exclamation point D to get that donation link, and we actually have some really cool prizes going on too, so exclamation point P will get you that list. And once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out, and every donation definitely counts. If you cannot donate, that is perfectly okay. You being here is a huge help as well, and getting this whole charity marathon just visibility. We love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this has been really fun, really exciting.
Oh yeah, this is also, fun fact, the first time that Monster Hunter Stories 2 has ever been showcased at a marathon event before. First time ever.
I'm glad that we were the first that got to show it off then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The game's really fun in itself, but just the speedrun alone. This is why Bagel wants me to run the game, by the way.
So much fun. It's so good.
It really is good.
Let's see if we can't get this good line here. Gunplay, please. Thank you.
Nope.
And Diablos, please. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
That.
Beauty.
Straight to the elevator.
All right.
All right.
Here comes the last fight.
So like now we're going to be fighting Black Diablos.
Oh yeah. It's a lot like regular Diablos.
But Angie.
Oh, this one's mad, all right.
So we are going to be starting off with some speed attacks since it is a power monster. Kind of the same thing. We're going to be focusing on the legs first, as well as using the sonic bombs when it does decide to use the ground dive. And similar to the Diablos before, it is going to be using the heavyweight attack, so we are going to try to stop that with our kinship attack. Oh, nice crit. Look at that.
Roberto does almost as much as me on a normal attack with me getting a crit. Wild. This dude's thick.
Crazy.
Here's our ground dive.
Oh, go.
Man, crits everywhere. Everyone's critting. stopping that deadly dive attack. That is a huge, devastating attack. We just do not want any part of that. Oh, crits everywhere.
Man, what is this? It's Crit City. 792. I'm afraid of that man.
There's our Enrage. Now it's going to use 2 speed attacks and then heavyweight, so we're just going to use our kinship attack to stop the heavyweight. Very straightforward fight. This thing presents really no big issues. This game may look really easy and really straightforward. One of the big learning curves to it is learning these attack patterns or scripting them out. That was the most time that I've ever spent in this game, is just understanding all of these fights and all of the patterns associated with it. But especially when you get past this point, this game starts to get wildly difficult in monster AI and monster decision. So, like I said, this is a partial 90% category. There is still more game after this. If you are curious or interested in seeing that, definitely... Oh, actually, I don't need to... Whatever. We'll do it.
Why not? And there it is. Jesus.
Sure, dude. Sure.
Okay.
They all do so much damage. I love it. But the last half of this run, you know, the from flight percent to ult order percent is very, very difficult and a lot of fun to do. We really take advantage of mechanics in the later portion of the game. Not that we aren't already doing that, but... yeah, we'll just ride, since you're not using a speed attack. Because it's going to enrage here.
Oh, nice. Oh, the crits.
And then the same thing here. Two of these attacks, and then this time he's going to do a malicious tackle instead of heavyweight. But we've got this beautiful, beautiful... Oh, it's vengeful tackle. Beautiful, beautiful level 3 double kinship to stop him from doing literally anything.
I'm thinking that he's almost dead. Let's go. Oh.
So time is coming up. Time does end after this hunt. I will call it out, but it's as we run into the cutscene that is in this stairwell. So it's not immediately after this hunt, but it will be shortly after. So getting ready on time. $69, nice.
Huh, nice.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Get ready with time. And... Oh, time.
Time. Nice.
All right. There you go. That is Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, flight percent. And you get this absolutely amazing cutscene at the very end of it. But thank you guys so very much for letting me showcase this. May I ask, what was the final RTA time?
So I have to wait for it to catch up. So we'll have to wait for this stream to catch up before I'm able to tell you exactly what it was. But we're looking around 3:30 something is what the time is going to end up being.
Oh.
Well, guys, thank you so very much for...
Yeah, thank you for showcasing this. This was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah, and there's so many wonky things can happen at any given time. It's just an absolute blast to do. So I really do appreciate you know, you helped me out here. So 3:30:39. I need to check something because I do think that is a world record. Because published world record right now is a 3:42:29, but I beat it 2 days ago. during prep, I actually got an absolutely amazing run, and we set a new world record 2 days ago. So that needs to get verified. But I believe that run had a 331 Ulturna, so this would be a new world record for, or excuse me, a 331 flight percent. So this would be a new world record.
GG.
Yep, it was a 332.07 was my run on Tuesday, so that was a 2-minute world record.
Let's go.
Hey, Strizer, let me know when this hits YouTube. Let me know when this hits YouTube so I can submit it, because I didn't record on my end. Oh, yes, I did. Woo, I recorded on my end.
Oh, perfect, perfect.
Let's go.
Nice, nice. Well, guys, thank you very much. Yeah, and this is also the reason why the estimate was a lot higher than the run, because when I submitted it was the second week that I was able to get a run in, and we really didn't know what the game was going to look like a couple weeks out. It's just been a wild ride getting this run down to as fast as it is right now. Absolutely insane. So yeah, once again, thank you so very much for watching and checking this out. I do runs live on streams. If you want to find those, you know where to find that. And thank you again for letting me be a part of Game Over Cancer. So like one of the very first marathons that I participated in. I'm happy to participate every year. And thanks to Johnny. Johnny, thank you so much for commentating for me, even though you know very little about this game.
Yeah. Wait, it's happening.
This is why it's called Flight Percent. Yeah.
Yeah. Wings.
Oh, love this game. Everyone should go and play this game right now. Go and play it while
story's
starting
really
cutscene.
I actually downloaded the demo as
Let's
as
go.
So I'll be definitely playing that after I'm done hosting. That is my plan today.
Yes.
But thank you so much for showing this off. And yeah, everybody go follow our awesome runner. And is there a Discord if anybody is interested in starting to run this game?
Yeah. So just like at the end of the world run, if you guys are interested in running this game, oh gosh, I can't. So good. If you are interested in running this game, you can find the community Discord. It's the same one for Monster Hunter World. It's the Monster Hunter Speedrunning Discord. You can find that on speedrun.com/mh or find it on speedrun.com/mhstories2. Y'all, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Yeah, thank you. Before we head off to our next game, I just want to give a shout out to 2 donations that came in, and I want to make sure I read them before you guys left. Thank you so much for that $5 donation from Arctic Blast saying free Ratha! And then a $10 donation from Monkey Thief saying, gotta celebrate that world record pace. Well, now it's that world record run. Good work, Bagel, and great work, everyone, raising money for the charity. Thank you so much to the both of you, and we are gonna take a quick intermission. And next we have Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure by Mark Alarm. So definitely do not go anywhere. If you do, make sure it's just to get that hydrating water, get a quick stretch, and we'll be back in just a bit.